Hello, beautiful people. Got a bunch of crazy kids already in the chat today, eh? Getting started. Hello, I'm Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect, and today we're happy to be watching the Vancouver Canucks versus the Carolina Hurricanes. We got lots of stuff to talk about tonight. We're going to go through some of the chat to start before the game gets going. See everyone who's in here. We're going to go through the stats that you want, but you don't need, of course. We'll go through the Canucks lineup. I don't think anything changed, so we're going to be reviewing the same lineup that we saw last time. Today, during the first intermission, again, we have Mr. Dustin Boydell joining for the Rusty and Dusty Sideshow. And then during the second intermission, we're happy to have Jake's Takes Hockey, the man, the myth, the legend, always in chat informing us of a lot of important information. So Jake's Takes Hockey will be joining us during the second intermission, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And then again, we're going to have a quick little chat post-game with Dustin once the game is all finished up, cover anything that happened in the last two periods, and see what we can do about getting some analysis going on with Mr. Dustin. So, lots going on tonight. Let's start what we usually do with some comments. See who's in the chat. Snicker Snatcher, let's go, boys. First comment. Second comment. Major Tau in the chat. Hey, boys, who scores the first goal tonight? And Hachiko says me. But I think Hachiko might be saying that they had the first comment of the night. Big Hog Hockey in the chat. Garland getting the first goal tonight. Gary Wiseman, welcome back. Jalen Chatfield own goal. Yep. I mean, technically it would be a Canucks goal because he is one of our former players. So maybe he scores on himself because he forgets which team he's playing for. Has those longing memories of being in Vancouver. Big Mac is in the house. Let's go. Nothing's game time. Snicker Snatcher saying that Hughes or Besser will score first. Big Hog Hockey going a little bit off the board, saying that Lankinen is going to score the first goal. And then Hachiko, if you get it, my parlay comes through. So Hachiko, it's very important for you to score this goal, because if you don't, Major Tau is going to be out some cash. Mike Torrance, welcome back, brother. Great start. Oilers lost 6-1. Dodgers winning top of the fifth. Cap it off with the Canucks win. Good luck, Canucks. You love to see it. Hachiko, go Vancouver Dodgers. Yeah, so I've got the actually got the scoreboard up in my browser, so we'll be able to check in periodically with the Vancouver Dodgers as they slap around those New York Yankees. Laugh out loud, says Major Tau. And then Gary's back. Welcome, Gary. Did anyone see the ECHL team playing on orange ice? Kalamazoo, I think it was. Whack. No, I didn't see that. Maybe we'll have to have a look, see if we can pull up a picture of that. And yes, Major Tau's right. Very, very citrusy. Maybe they had Citrus O come over and clean the ice and Dobby. No. What are you doing? Dobby's doing his very best to knock over some lighting. He just got a bath, so he's a little squirrely. Okay, come here, Dobby. Dobby, come here. Show the people how soggy you are. Oh. Fresh out of his bath. I don't know if you guys can see it. He's a little soggy. He's a soggy boy, huh? Yes, you're a soggy one. Okay, go ahead. It's an early Dobby shot today. Major Tau's going with Bluger for the first goal and then Garland. So calling the first two goals. Big Mac, how about a fun thing? Everyone, when they jump in, say number you are want or you prefer on your back. Your preferred name on your back. So we're talking about like jerseys, right? So if we go out and buy a Canucks jersey, what number are you going to wear? And what name are you going to have on the back? I would be wearing Trevor Linden's number 16 because he's the greatest Canuck of all time. When I played hockey, I'm a weirdo. I wore number 35 as a center. And that's because I got my number 35 as like a 10-year-old and never changed it. And I didn't know at 10 that 35 is actually a goalie number. So I was the guy wearing number 35 as a forward. Very weird. Big Hog Hockey. Oilers fan cannot say their team is better when they are losing 6-1 against the Blue Jackets. Truth. Yeah, truth. Brian Anderson. Welcome, Brian Anderson. I don't know if I've seen you before, sir. Welcome to the chat. Sherwood gets the first hit. Mike Torrance. Sherwood gets the first goal. Yep. Snickers Snatcher. At Brian. Laugh out loud. First hit. First fight. Laugh out loud. Hachiko, I wore my skate jersey on campus last time I did it that we won. So hopefully we'll win again today. Yep. Your cat, your jersey. We'll take any help we can get from you, Hachiko. Major Tau. Applause for that. Gary, who starts in net, looks like Big Hog, has answered your question right away. It's Lanky. We're calling him Lanky. Big Mac, help us out. And Big Mac's like, with what? Oh. And then Major Tau is just looking for some clarification on what you're looking for, Big Mac. Big Mac, I'll keep my reservations for now, but I think Baines and Sherwood need some points to stay. Oh. And then Big Mac explains, what number would you be as a player? Yeah, so what number would you guys put on your back if you're going to choose a number right now? And then Snickersnatcher confirming that we are starting Lankinen. Well, I'll give you my 2 cents. Sherwood is my hero, and Baines has been good. Yep. Brian Anderson says Baines' second star tonight, so Baines with another big night. And then Big Mac's in the chat. We have number 45. And then Gary Wiseman's like, Big Mac, what does Sherwood need to do in your books? 2 goals and 3 assists in 7 games for a $1.5 million player isn't enough? And Major Tal's looking to wear number 27. Okay. Jay in the chat. KJ Brazzy in the chat. Where are you, Jay? Jay, I'm a country guy, but can't figure out what that was before you went live after the countdown. Can't figure out what that was before you went live after the countdown. Oh, it's a song. It is literally a song called Nothing is Perfect. Zoe in the chat wearing number 21. Major Tau saying Russell is going to bring 5 goals and good luck to the Canucks. I hope so. Frank, welcome. Hello, everyone. Hello, Frank. Let's see. Okay. Calvin back. My number would be 22 or 66. Okay, so, and there's KJ here. The crowd went crazy when Petey got his, yeah. And you saw the smile on his face post-game, which was great. Alrighty. Let's hop on over to the stats that you want, but you don't need before we get into game action. So, the Vancouver Canucks regular season record on Mondays is 129, 153, 17, and 15. So they are currently quite below 500 on Monday. So we got to start working on this. They're only got a 46% winning percentage. Yeah, so not looking great. 314 games played, a minus 61. Save percentage of 897. Not great. So we need to start working on our Monday record. That's for sure. When the Canucks have played on October the 28th, they played 24 times and are 11, 12, and 1. So again, below 500 on October 28th. So stats not looking great so far. But look at this. Isn't this wild? In their entire history, they have only played on the road on October 28th twice, and they lost both of them. So at least we can say that on home ice, out of 22 games, they've won 11 and tied 1. So they're actually a game above 500 at home on October 28th. So maybe we can get 2 games above 500. Now we're getting into the more pertinent stats. You got the Canucks versus the Hurricanes. They've played 85 times in their history. 42 wins for the Canucks and 31 losses. On the road, it's a little tough for the Canucks. 2 games below 500. At home, this is where you're seeing some good stuff. 43 games played, 25 wins at home. Carolina has a hard time coming onto the West Coast. So the Canucks have a substantial lead in games won at home against the Hurricanes. And if we're moving down here, we're looking at the current leading scorers versus the Hurricanes. JT Miller leads with 5 goals in 8 games against the Hurricanes. Besser and Pettersson are tied at 6 assists in 10 games against the Hurricanes. And Pettersson is the overall points leader versus the Hurricanes with 5 goals and 6 assists in 10 games. As you can see, Miller has 5 goals in 8 games, so he got the goal lead. And then it's just Aho against the Canucks. 8 goals, 5 assists in 13 games, so leads in goals, assists, and in points. Now let's jump on over to Mr. Brendan Batchelor, putting out the morning skate lines today. Same as before, we got Hoglander with Pettersson and Garland. We got DeBrusk with Miller and Besser. Heinen, Bluger, and Sherwood, Bain, Suter, and Sprong. So exact same lineup that we saw in the last game against Pittsburgh. Joshua and Amon were the extras. And then you'll see something interesting here. Hughes, Hronik, Susie and Myers, Brandstrom, and Desharnais. We do have Forbert rejoining the team. We'll talk a little bit more about Forbert's situation with Dustin during the first intermission. But there was question about whether or not he might make it in the lineup today. But I believe we'll see Brandstrom and Desharnais still as a pair on the back end there. Scrolling up, power play units for the Canucks during the morning skate. Pretty much the same as they were before. Sprong, Heinen, and DeBrusk are the second unit with Hoglander, then Miller with Garland, Besser, and Pettersson. Kevin Lankinen is going to start, as we've discussed. He was the first goalie off the ice. And now here's another interesting thing that's happening. Frederick Anderson, the number 1 goalie for the Carolina Hurricanes, tweaked something in the game against Seattle last night. So they actually had their equipment manager on the ice to start during their morning skate. So apparently they're going to have their backup goalie ready to go. But should be interesting to see what they pull off. Also, it should be noted that the Carolina Hurricanes had some plane troubles last night. So what did the Hurricanes do for a post-game meal Saturday night after their plane broke down and had to bus from Seattle to Vancouver? They went to McDonald's, and because they were in a bus, they couldn't get through the drive-thru. So Brett Burns, the beauty that he is, ended up jumping in someone else's car that was going to the drive-thru and ordered apparently like 100 cheeseburgers. So the team pounded back McDonald's. Hopefully that slows them down a little bit. Yeah, and then Brendan Batchelor tweeting out this morning, Rick Tocchet is expected to have the same Canucks lineup. Possible changes on the blue line, but also confirmed that Derek Forbert is not ready to return. So I don't know what they're meaning by that, but we'll see what happens. And then, yeah, here's the report from Rob Brindamore that Anderson, their normal goalie, will not be available tonight. LA Dodgers currently leading 3-0 over those dirty Yankees. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the third. Looks like we're in the 5th still. Top of the 6th. Here we are, top of the 6th. So we'll keep you guys up to date on there. You guys can keep me up to date in the chat as well. Got the stats here. So in their last 5 games, Natchez is absolutely rocking out. It's got 8 points in his last 5 games. Shane Gossespierre has 3 goals in his last 5 games as a defenseman. So that's something to look for. And then Sebastian Aho with 5 assists through the last 5 games. JT Miller with the most points, goals. And then Quinn Hughes coming in with 3 assists in the last 5 games. As you can see, they play tonight, October 28th. And then they will be playing again in the new year on January 10th. Looking at stats here, Carolina's power play comes in at 7th at 26.1%. The Canucks come in at 22.7%, 11th best in the league. Penalty kill for Carolina is 8th best at 85%. And then the Canucks are 82.6%, 11th best in the league. Canucks, decent face-off team, 51.7%, 9th best in the league. And then Carolina's right in the middle of the pack, 50.5, 16th best in the league. Looking at goal scoring and goals against, Carolina has 3.29, coming in right in the middle of the pack at 15th. Goals against, 4th best. So this could be a defensive battle because we got the 4th best defensive team and the 6th best defensive team. Canucks coming in with 3.43 goals per game, making them 12th. So some high scoring games tonight. Let's get back to the bar. So I think we're about to get puck drop. They are just singing the Star Spangled Banner. I believe it's the Wally night out there in Vancouver. There we go. Oh, Canada. Let's see. Drew Richards in the chat. This one's gonna be a doozy. Welcome, Drewski. Frank's updating us. 5-3 Toronto halfway through the third. Toronto's leading. Yeah, Gary, you were absolutely right. 35 is a goalie number. The funniest part about me wearing number 35 is that when we'd have a backup goalie show up and they'd grab the number 35 jersey and try and put it on, but it would not fit because it was a forwards jersey. Hilarious, hilarious. Big Hog, happy to see Dobby. Zoe's feeling scattered. Sticker Snatcher's calling out Calvin. How's it going, man? Hachiko's like, dog! Let's see what else we got going on in here. All the animals fled, Zora. Whom is counting, says Zoe. Connor Cahill, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Connor. Great to have you in the chat as we watch the Canucks versus the Carolina Hurricanes on Nothing is Perfect. Columbus beat Edmonton 6-1, 6-1. What the hell? Yeah, you're right. Something's going on in Edmonton. Something's going on. And Gary's like, cry me a river, Connor. And you're talking to Connor McDavid, right? Not Connor Cahill? They played tonight? And Drewski's saying preseason. He's talking about preseason. And then Major Tal's like, yeah, Connor, is Columbus good? And then Zoe says, you can do nothing zero without me. Gary Wiseman, I'm laughing at the Oilers, Gary. Yeah, so we're all on board, all laughing at the Coilers. And then Calvin's looking at some old news. Looks like we're about to get to puck drop here. Puck is dropped. Countdown is 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. Susie with a streak right to the net, gets a shot. Jake's takes. I have Prime Trial going right now, so when I get home, I'll try it out. Yeah, I'm watching the game on Sportsnet, so I don't know what the deal is. Is this supposed to be on Prime or something? Jake's takes in the house, and he'll be on the show during the second intermission. Burns with a wrist shot. Puck gets out to center. Burns with another shot. That bearded Burns. Regional restrictions, you're telling me. I can't watch this game on Sportsnet that I paid $20 for a month. Jake, are you telling me that you can't get the stream right now? Is Sportsnet doing the same nonsense they did before? Miller with a good shot. Miller took a spill coming into the zone, but managed to get the puck on the side of the net. Get a good shot with a pass from behind the net. So yeah, we got Brandstrom and Desharnais still in the lineup, so no changes on the D. Jake, you should definitely look at contacting Sportsnet, because I know some people were getting the Jake's Takes face reveal. Some people were getting some money back. So Jake, I would definitely recommend reaching out to Sportsnet and complaining, because you might be able to get some money back. Major Tao is calling a 5-3 Canucks victory tonight. And Hichiko's encouraging you, Jake, to sail the seas and see what kind of piratey goodness you can come up with. Another shot. Carolina is peppering the Canucks right now. 3 shots already. We're again in another situation where Carolina played last night, won a game, and the Canucks had the day off. So very similar to Pittsburgh the other night. You might see the Canucks taking a minute to get their legs underneath them against a team that is warmed up, if not full of hamburgers from McDonald's. Connor Cahill, they followed up by getting shellacked by the Blue Jackets. Yeah, and then Big Hog, you're right. In real life, Hurricanes don't do well on the West Coast, so hopefully they suck tonight. We're hoping so. And Snickers like, yep, it's crap. Zoe's getting all poetic over here. Oh, death, where is your sting? Oh, grave, where is your victory? And then Connor saying at Nate or Tau. I think that's supposed to be Major Tau. They're sprinting a few surprises for sure. Just over 16 minutes left to go in the first period. Yeah, it's been all Carolina so far. Blocked in front. Big save by Lankinen. Canucks move it out. DeBrus gets the puck down low. There's Chatfield, number 5 for your Carolina Hurricanes. There's former Vancouver Canuck Jalen Chatfield. Gary's asking, anyone know where I can find which games are not on Sportsnet this season? I hear there will be a few exclusively on Amazon Prime. Yeah, well, we'll try and look that up for you, Gary. Let's see if I can find it for you. Just over 15 minutes left to go in the first period. Chekhov. So they don't have their equipment trainer in there. And then their backup, I think they called up Spencer Martin, but I don't know if he's in the building right now. Another former Canuck, Spencer Martin. Carrier with a goal. Big slap shot. The Canucks are looking a little bit behind right now, eh? Having a tough time. I just like it. On the play, Susie just backs off of it. And Lankinen gets a piece of it, but it goes off his glove and then top of the net. Okay, here you go, Gary. I found it for you. So you're going to miss the 23rd, the 6th, the 24th, and the 27th. Yeah, Gary, you're absolutely right. It is chaos to try and watch all the Canucks games. Jake's Takes is very excited to watch the game. Driving home with a bucket of KFC. Love me some KFC. Connor says, by the way, my spelling is very bad. Laugh out loud. Big fingers for a small keypad on my phone. Canucks control in the offensive zone finally. Husey with a little center step shot. I think that hit the shaft of the stick for the goaltender. Heinen trying to get the puck up to Hughes, but can't quite get it there. The Canucks managed to control in the neutral zone. Carolina's going for a change. Looks like the Canucks are changing too. Connor, you're in good company because I am terrible at scoring as well. Or at spelling. Besser scores! JT Miller with a wraparound out to the front. Brock Besser alone in the slot. Blasts it in. That's a good reaction, eh? Not like it was against Penguins last game. 1-1. There we go. Brock Besser, the beauty. Besser up to Miller. Miller brings it all the way around the back of the net. And then Besser just blasts it in. And then it looks like the goalie actually gets his stick stuck on Miller and then loses it, which allows Brock Besser to blast it in the net. There it is. Gary, I've heard that if you ask Jake which game he wants to watch, then that's the one that isn't available. Yep. If that story is true, that is hilarious. Yeah, the hamburger story is true. Get some money in that square jar. Major Tau, it was Brock Besser. Brock Besser from JT Miller. Now JT Miller intercepts. The Canucks have a 3-on-2. DeBrusk with a shot that's blocked, and then he falls down in the corner. Got some Dobby hair in my mouth, I think. Or is it my own mustache? JT Miller. Garland with a backhand. Looks like the Canucks haven't taken as long to get a little bit of juice in the game. 11, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. Hoglander battling two Carolina Hurricanes. Managed to get the puck back to Brandstrom. Carolina's getting all hooked up at the blue line. Somebody was down low. Yeah, Big Mac, you're right. Got to make a jar. Connor, yes. I'm from Canada, eh? Oh, it dribbles in! Archie Baines with his second goal. Is that his parents? His parents are in the crowd. The floodgates have opened. Who called that? Somebody called it. Archie Baines with a goal. Sprong carries the puck in, holds up on the half boards, puts it up to the point. Shot. Jam, jam, jam. See if he actually touches it. Deflected. I still can't even tell how it went in. Oh, it went off his foot. I wonder if that one gets reviewed. Almost looked like a bit of a kicking motion. So Brendamore has now called a timeout with 10:45 left to go in the first. He's not gonna call for a review, but definitely wants to settle down his team. So these comments remind me of Bruce Almighty email. Everyone's stoked. Look at this. Big Mac stoked. Snicker Snatcher stoked. Calvin stoked. Let's effing go. And Big Hog with a goal, goal, goal. Let's see. Yeah, so basically one end of December, 2 in January, and 1 in March. Yeah, so 4 Canucks games end up being on Amazon. KJ's like, man, that Pens game was so fun. We're growers, not showers. And then Connor, points it out. Canucks do start slow a lot, but they grow into... Okay, it looks like Brendamore called a timeout so that he could review it, and now it looks like they are going to do a coach's challenge for offside. Yeah, this might be offside. Oh, yeah, looks like it might be offside. Yeah. Uh-oh. So there's a couple things they might have had to look at there. Reese Randolph, welcome to the chat. Nice to have you. Woo! Cool. Now we have to wait for the coach's challenge. Damn, boys are doing good. Radio is behind, but it's all I have. Calvin, I've been thinking about doing a full play-by-play because you always have me. And you have everyone in chat. We're here for you, Calvin. Keep you updated, up to the minute. Yeah, Matt, you're right. Coach's challenge. Welcome, Matt. I don't think I said hello to you yet tonight. Hello, Matt. No goal. Taken away his goal. Thought he got his second. Lorelei Hamilton, my apologies. I'll tip well. Don't worry at Jake's Take. Jay says, I wonder if Baines has asked to play Punjabi music in the room tonight. I mean, if you're doing it on Diwali night, that's probably the best time to do it. Roma Teakland, welcome. Nice to see you, Rome. Miller time. Zoe's pointing out that LA is kicking butt right now. Let's hop on over and see what's going on. Yep, looks like they are now up 4-0. Bottom of the 6th. I feel like I can get a better scoreboard than this. How's the MLB website? Should we just go to the MLB.com? They probably got a better. What is this? I don't want to see this. Let's just take me to your normal website. There we go. Cookie settings. Oh, cookie settings. Yeah, let's see. This is probably better, right? Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this fancy stuff. Yeah, 4-0, end of the 6th. So they're through 6. Dodgers lead 4-0. We're into the top of the 7th here. The Vancouver Dodgers looking good there in New York. And what is this? Beta. There's like trackers for some like players here too. Interesting. This looks like a video game. I feel like I should be winding up to try and hit a ball. Yeah, so 4-0. Yeah. So unfortunate, yeah. So for everyone who didn't see it, Brock Besser gets his 5th goal of the season. JT Miller with his 4th assist. Quinn Hughes with his 6th assist so far this season. You'd love to see him get a bunch more of that. Now, this is interesting. How is this even possible? Is somebody at NHL.com drunk? Because this number does not add up to 100%. Interesting. Sprong does something weird at the blue line, puts everyone offside. Back to the bar. So no goal. Eight seconds back on the clock because it's no goal. So it should have been called offside. So they'll face off just outside the Carolina blue line. Now we have to take back all of our goal calls. Did Lorelai swear as well? I didn't see Lorelai swear. Yeah, Gary, isn't that weird? 75%? It's 25% going to somebody else? Alternate stats. They don't want you to know the truth. There's 100% of faceoffs to go around out there, and we're only going to give you 75. Math ain't math in big hog hockey. Jake takes almost home. Matt says, smash that like button. Drewski says, nothing wrong with a little necromancy. Playing with some Ouija boards and stuff out here. And Drewski reminds y'all, like and sub, you beautiful humans. Help out old Rusky. Yeah, Archdeep Baines did score last game. Yeah, but you go, woo, Baines' first disallowed goal in the NHL. Do you think he still gets to keep the puck? Yeah, Lorelai is excited to see what Baines does this year. Just under 10 minutes left to go in the first period. 50, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43. Keeping y'all up to date on the time. Tyler Myers coming back into his own zone, rips it around the boards, gets intercepted, but his teammates do well to help him out. This might be some icing. Smash that like button, and maybe that will help them learn the rules. Laser hates slap shots, and I hate icing. Learn the rules. Learn the rules. Gary, probably the only thing I get to smash tonight. Don't remember, Gary, there's always Pamela Henderson. Pamela Henderson is always there for you. Rip in the chat for Gary. Sticker Snatcher, Calvin, Big Mac sending their best for you. Jake, rip Gary. Laugh out loud, Gary. Big hog hockey. Throw the book at him, Snicker Snatcher says. Zoe does not want any necromancers in here. That donkey's cat walking a dirt bike. Big Mac. Big Mac. What the hell does this mean? That donkey's cat walking a dirt bike. What donkey? Is there a donkey on the ice I haven't seen? Oh, let's hop on over and look at what's happening in the LA Dodgers versus the New York Yankees. So it is 4-0, top of the 7th. Mookie Betts just got walked. He's got one on base. Got Freeman up to bat. Pitch comes in, sinker. And it looks like it's a ball. Who needs to watch the actual game when we have it right here, eh? Interesting. KJ's saying F in the chat. Another pitch, got a piece of it, but fouled out. Big Mac and Han Solo. Sinker Snatcher or Jill, come on, boys. You can't forget Jill. Back to the bar. So now it's 1-1 again. 9 minutes left to go in that first period. Carolina still with 8 shots. Vancouver only's got 3 shots so far. Oh, JT Miller drop pass. Some chaos happening here. Miller in a... Looks like he's playing like a little stick hockey, you know? Ah, tip by DeBrusque in front. Just went wide. Now JT Miller is just taking a holding call. Matt's liking the chat about Gary. Justice for Gary. Yeah. Pamela Henderson. Pamela Henderson. Oh, DeBrusque just put it wide. Ah, there was a commercial on Sportsnet with a donkey and a dirt bike. This makes sense. This makes sense. It was a commercial. Yes, I am distracted. I avoid the commercials. If I wasn't streaming the game, I would be skipping the commercials. Carolina to their first power play of the game. See how she goes. Got the diamond formation for the Canucks right now. Gostisbehere with a shot. Remember, Gostisbehere with 3 goals in his last 5 games. Defenseman. KJ's like, let's go Yankees! Big Nax threatening with that band hammer. Yeah, Pamela gets around. Pamela gets around, that is for sure. Even if it was a big world, she'd still get around. Carolina, looking a little immobile. What are they trying to pull here? Just a minute gone in the power play. Heinen with a good interception right in the slot. Rips it down the ice. That'll allow the Canucks to get a full line change. 43 seconds left to go in the power play. 7-12 left to go in the first. 7-9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're right. I wonder why they have commercials on the radio. They don't hit the same because they can't see the product. It's all about selling it without being able to see it. And I'll tell you, from my days in radio, the guys making the most amount of money in those radio stations are the morning show hosts, the afternoon show hosts, and the sales guys who are selling the commercial time. They make lots of money. Canucks kill off the power play. DeBrusk and Miller and Besser onto the ice. Canucks with an aggressive forecheck. Carolina manages to get it through into the Canucks zone. Behind the net. Zoe, multitasking. Hockey, America, baseball. Canucks are now hemmed in their zone. Hughes broke up a good pass across the crease. Got it all the way down. Canucks get a full change. Got the fourth line out again. Suter, Sprong, and Baines. Suter almost. Yeah. Baines takes the puck off. A good work from Suter. Brandstrom rips it down behind the net. All the way over to Baines. Baines stops up close to the blue line. Shot blocked. The puck goes all the way down the ice. So it wasn't icing. Let's be very clear. It was an offside. Gary should send Kiefer Sherwood out on a shift with the baseball bat. See what the other team dares to start anything. Can you imagine? This is my new hockey stick. You got a problem with it? Say it to my face. Pacheco, for a split second, I thought Sportsnet switched to Penguins game with that edit they showed. Yeah. Big Hog Hockey. There's one thing about the disallowed goal. Canes can't challenge anymore. Do you only have one challenge? Let's have a look. How? Because you guys can watch me do this. How many challenges does an NHL coach get? NHL coaches have an unlimited number of challenges per game. So they can still challenge. Unfortunately, Big Hog, it's not going to end there. So we got to be good. We got to not go offside. KJ, laugh out loud. Is this not a Yankee friendly zone? We are happy to have you, even if you're a Yankees fan, KJ, because you are a Canucks fan. We even accept other people. We had some Penguins fans in the other night. You just might get a little bit of ribbing because I think the majority of people are LA Dodgers fans here. We're calling them the Vancouver Dodgers. Major Tau. I think DeBrusk will get his first tonight. And then Chico, yes. Brazzy, KJ Brazy. We support the Vancouver Dodgers here. And then Calvin, I want Lanky to get a goal. Is that too much to ask for? No. You get whatever you want. Zoe, when a fool argues with a fool, there is no justice, advise Alito. And Big Hog's like, no, Calvin, that's not asking too much. KJ admits, I do like Otani, though. Yeah, Otani's hard not to like. Don't worry, guys, I'm home now, and Sportsnet is working on my Xbox. I'm sure you all were worried for me. We're very worried. We don't need me doing play-by-play. Nature's scores. Oof. Let's have another look at that blue line. Man. Just quick transition. Yeah, I think he stayed onside. Yeah, Carolina is deadly off of the rush. Yeah, no challenge. 2-1, Carolina leads with 4:25 left to go in the first period. 4:20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Yeah, good save for Lanky, but not on that one. Where's the puck? All the way down behind the Canucks bench, or Canucks net. Susie puts the puck off the boards, comes out to center, gets shot right in. Back into the Canucks zone. Myers tries to put up the boards, can't get it to go. Canucks are just struggling to get it out of their own zone. KJ, I am captain now. Look at me. I am captain now. I'm captain, my captain. Is there some kind of mutiny over here? Calvin, yeah, bro. I like having multiple options to catch the score. Yeah, did you get that sync? We're at 3 minutes left to go. 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. The Hurricanes commit the greatest sin in all of hockey, and they ice the puck. I wonder if the Penguins maybe left their easy bake ovens on the bench when they left. Budget, 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 breaking my floor. Budget, 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 breaking my floor. Sleep Country, Canada. Why buy a mattress anywhere else? Yeah, some shots on goal would be nice. You were absolutely right, Brazy. Canucks sort of controlling. This Pettersson line with Hoglander and Garland has been pretty invisible so far tonight. Lankinen with a glove save, now up to 11 shots. Oh, Svechnikov, are you okay, buddy? Svechnikov is such a little rat. Am I right? Svechnikov is a rat? Yeah, Calvin, we should have gotten HS, but would have been a nice addition. Probably would have cost too much. Probably wouldn't be able to fit them underneath the salary cap. Unfortunately. Miller wins the faceoff to himself. Off the boards. Myers backhands it down low. 2 minutes left to go in the first period. Puck comes all the way out, back into the Canucks zone. Susie collects it. Susie blows a tire, throws the puck out front, almost gets intercepted. Now DeBrusk gets stripped right at the blue line. Tyler Myers now tries. Miller just ices the puck. Unfortunate. Did they call that a penalty? Wow. The referee was standing right there and still missed it. Roots. Major. Can the Canucks repeat the second? I think so. I also like to think so. Get ourselves another 3 goals in a minute and 5 seconds. Got the fourth line out now with Sprong, Suter, and Baines. Hronek intercepts the pass. Rips it out to center. Baines collects. Puts it down low to Sprong. See if they can get some pressure here before the end of the period. Sprong working hard. Gets the puck out front to Baines. Can't get a complete shot off on that one. Now under a minute left to go. Jarvis gets stopped by Lankinen after Hughes fanned on it. And Hronek looked hot after that play. Maybe yelling at the ref. Ooh. Quinn Hughes with a muffin, but you don't see that very often. "25 seconds left to go in the first period. Canucks with only 4 shots through this whole period so far. It's wild. It's like maybe another chance. Hand pass. Nah, you can't do a hand pass. And Gary's like, still 40 minutes to play. Early days. Yeah, that does make us feel better. Thank you, Gary Wiseman. Jacob wants to see She Loves. Bring in She Loves. Gary, we're thanking you for your positive outlook and the fact that we still have 40 minutes to come back in this game. Yeah, Jacob, let's see how the Canucks do in the second. If you see She Loves, I feel like the Canucks don't win this game. Jacob's like, don't put your hopes so high. Jacob's just feeling angry, everyone. He's just feeling angry. It happens, you know? Happens to the best of us. Alrighty, so as we do most of the time during the Nothing is Perfect stream, we bring on one of the most beautiful Canucks fans that there is, Mr. Dustin. It's lofty, right? I'm chatting you up. I'm telling everyone how good looking you are.
I mean, you got to be good looking if we're going to be the best looking team in the league, as per artificial intelligence. There, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we score the best looking team in the league?
It was. Yeah, best looking team's
got to have the best looking fans, right? So
makes sense. So let's start where we always do. Ups and downs. What are you thinking about this game so far, Dustin? Because it seemed a little rough so far.
Well, yeah, those first 5 minutes, the Canucks weren't ready for the Canes. I mean, they're such a fast paced team, and they come out every night. They are ready to start. First 5 minutes definitely looked like it was going to be a really long night. And then Hughes' response to the first goal is probably the only up we have from that period. You know, he really drove the offense there and then found Miller. Miller showed great patience on the goal, looking to find Besser. But other than that, it's been rough. It's really unfortunate the offside on Baines' potentially second goal there being called back. Very smart timeout by Brind'Amour there to get that call right.
Exactly.
But absolutely killed any momentum we had. Just took it and put it out of the mind completely, and we've struggled to generate anything since then. We got to clean up the first pass out of the zone. You know, we're getting away with a couple of weak clearing attempts. Myers and even Miller there. Uh, Lankinen has looked solid.
Mhm.
I know someone in the chat there was hoping for Shelovs, but
Yeah.
honestly, the two goals he didn't really have much chance. The one's a one-timer off of a perfect tip pass, and he almost made the save on that one, and
Yeah.
then we give up a breakaway to one of the most talented offensive players in the league. So you would expect that to find the back of the net on a breakaway.
Well, it's one of those things, right? Yeah, I think that it was one of those defensive breakdowns that I think we saw in the first 3 games of the season, but we haven't seen. And it was, I believe, it was Carson Soucy in front, and rather than being aggressive and going to the guy who's clearly going to get the shot, he fades back to the net and gives the guy all the time in the world to wind up for a very clean one-timer. So it's one of those things where I feel like Myers and Soucy this year have maybe been a little bit getting their wires crossed still. Even they've had some great games, but there's also been moments where they just seem like they have no idea where each other are or what the other one's doing.
I agree. It seems like we're getting either one or the other game to game. And even tonight, Soucy probably tried to sell that penalty towards the end there.
Yeah.
You just got to stay on your feet, be harder on the puck, and then if you fall, you might have got the call, but he definitely sold that one. And yeah, I agree. They look discombobulated out there, if you will.
Well, there was the one up that turned into a down when Baines got his second goal of the year and his second goal of his career. His parents are in the crowd cheering and all that. So you hate to see that one come back. And then even looking at that as a coach's challenge, they challenged it for offside. But I think it's one of those ones that even as a kicking motion, it might have even been called off for that too. So, either way, It's probably getting called back.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Just absolutely killed the momentum, but we can't let things like that affect us as much as they do. I found quite often with this team, when emotional things happen in the game, our response tends to be a bit pouty, a fall off. We kind of back into our shells a bit, and I think that's where we miss Joshua big time. Is he's the guy that would push back, and we're lacking that forward right now that's really driving the pushback. I mean, Connor Garland tries, bless his heart, but the guy's a little bit smaller than Joshua and has a bit harder time playing that rough physical game.
Well, it's funny. The other night, everyone was chatting in chat, and they were talking about the heights of different players. And one of the guys in chat was like, "Yeah, like isn't like Dakota Joshua and Tyler Myers, they're the same height?" And I was like, "No. Tyler Myers is 6'8". Dakota Joshua is only 6'3", right? Like, he's still 6'3", but like the fact that you think he is as big as Tyler Myers shows you what a buster he is out there, right?
Yeah, he plays a big game. He brings the energy every single time. Net front presence, finishes every check. Sherwood's similar, but Sherwood isn't quite as big and doesn't quite have the offensive upside that Joshua brings, I don't think. So we definitely will be welcoming him back with open arms sooner rather than later, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, speaking of welcoming people back, we're glad to see Forbert has rejoined the team. Was gone for personal reasons. Dustin, I know you looked into it and they've announced what happened. What happened with Forbert?
Yeah, they announced that he lost his father to a battle with colon cancer, which is, obviously devastating.
Yeah.
And would obviously likely point to some of the struggles he had in the beginning of the season. Obviously, his mental state was likely elsewhere.
Right.
Similar to what Besser went through with his dad. Sometimes as fans, we tend to forget that hockey players are very young.
Yeah.
And they have personal lives. We tend to put them on a pedestal and look at them like superheroes or invincible. But, Derek Forbert's only 32 years old. As a fan, try and put yourself in that position as a 32-year-old man, just in the prime of your career, and you lose your father to colon cancer. It's devastating. And Besser losing Duke to all of his struggles, these things are very serious issues, and we expect them just to brush them off and go play hockey. Whereas, something like that could derail someone for months, years.
Oh yeah,
You lose your parents,
and that's something that's that sticks with you for a long time, especially when it's that young.
Yeah, so hopefully, it's nice to have him back. Hopefully he can get some skating time in. Obviously, it'll be good to be with the team. Likely get some of that camaraderie back, some bonding. Maybe Besser can reach out as a leadership moment and say, "Hey, I went through something similar."
Yeah.
It can turn a negative into a positive with things like this when you have a community like a hockey team and that. So
Yeah.
hopefully he just comes back and maybe we'll see him in a game here soon and playing much better and more focused.
Yeah. So I didn't even tell you anything about, other than the fact that I wanted to talk to you about the Canadian goalie for the Four Nations Cup. Because we talked a little bit about this, and then, obviously Skinner's one of them, like Bennington, like these are guys who are at the top of the list, but are not doing well at all. Like Skinner has had his moments this year, but he should not be your goalie going into this tournament.
No.
So I want to put something before you and tell me if I'm insane or tell me if you think that it might actually work. The Flower, Marc-Andre Fleury. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. As a glue guy, I mean, do you go Marc-Andre Fleury, Cam Talbot, like just go with the old guard in net? Like honestly, when you bring up Marc-Andre Fleury, that immediately made me think like, well, let's just bring Cam Talbot too, because he's a proven winner on the international level. I mean, you're not crazy.
It's not like he's playing bad. Like obviously, Gustafson down in Minnesota is their number one guy, but Marc-Andre Fleury I think he's 1-0-1 so far this season. His numbers are fine, right? Like it's not like he's the world banging goalie that he was before, but at the end of the day, why not?
Exactly. And I mean, for a small gimmicky tournament like this that it is, I mean, why not play someone like, and he'd be exactly the type of guy you'd want to go to market something like this. So, I mean, it's not the craziest idea in the world.
Could be his last hurrah.
And that's another thing, like with this Four Nations Cup, we need to remember that it's a Gary Bettman driven money making thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't expect it to be like the Olympics or the Stanley Cup. Like it's not the best of the best that we're going to get.
Right.
We're going to get mediocre, high offense hockey. No one's going to body check anybody. No one's going to get hurt. It's going to be like a bunch of different all-star games being played. So it's not the worst idea in the world. Maybe let the guy have one last hurrah.
Yeah, I was thinking that just came to me. And so let's put that out in the universe. Let's start the trend on Twitter. Marc-Andre Fleury, number one goalie for Team Canada at the Four Nations Cup.
Let's do it.
Mr. Baines, we thought he got his second night, got his first goal against the Penguins the other night. The fourth goal ends up being the game-winning goal for that. What does that mean for a guy who literally grew up down the number one in Surrey, wasn't drafted, Baines getting his first goal?
I think it's just a testament to following your dreams and putting in the hard work. Anything can happen. You know, it's a really cool local story, especially for an Indo-Canadian, right? Like we look at that and we look at all these players that come out of Canada, but you look at the diversity that we have in Canada and the lack of other
cultures,
minorities getting
yeah.
into the game, you know, like even when the Koreas were playing, that was a huge thing, right, for BC. And so now maybe you look at his game and it just continues to improve. And it's a great story, you know, and he's really endearing himself to a lot of young local players. My nephew's a player for Delta Academy, and he plays defense for them. And as soon as Baines scored, you know, my sister was telling me, he said he was so excited because he looks at his mom and goes, Baines went to Delta Academy, you know. So he's all excited now and thinking, oh, you know, like I have a shot, and it's just cool that he's someone local to look up to, you know, for kids to grow and start wearing those Baines jerseys, and hopefully he can solidify himself in the big club. And if he keeps playing the way he's playing, that line has shown that they're able to keep the puck in the right end of the ice. That was one of the things in the first period. That line was probably the only line that was playing in Carolina's end most of the period.
Yeah.
So.
Did you notice Pedersen's line at all? Like, did they have a shift? Because I don't think I noticed them at all.
No, I think one shot from Garland is all I kind of noticed, and they need to do more for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to leave a little extra time today to talk about the Abby Canucks because there's a couple things I wanted to pick your brain on. But first, do you want to just give them? I mean, I looked for the highlights. I couldn't find any highlights. It's not because there wasn't a video. It was because there wasn't much to watch in their second game against the Eagles, right?
The Gulls.
They
were playing the San Diego Gulls.
Yeah.
Colorado Eagles was last weekend.
Yeah.
But they had a tough game. Got into some penalty trouble in the second period, which really kind of derailed the game. It was 2-0. It was kind of just a back and forth game. Abbotsford was trying to generate chances. But a 5-on-3 late in the second was when it went from 2-0 to 4-0 in the blink of an eye. Tolopilo probably wants the fourth goal back. It wasn't his greatest effort on that save, but also there was a couple of feeble shot block attempts on goal 3 from Brisebois and goal 4 from Friedman, which could have maybe blocked the release of the puck from Tolopilo. So giving him a little bit of leeway on that because he's been so solid to start the year.
Do you think they regret having Tolopilo play both nights? Do you think there was any it was fatigue at all for him, or was it just it is what it is?
I think it was an is what it is thing. I mean, the 5-on-3 was just 5-on-3. It's tough play. Brisebois went for a shot block that just wasn't a well-advised shot block.
Right.
And then the last goal there was 7 seconds left in the second. It's probably the only goal of the game that Tolo really wants back. He probably had a decent look at it and slipped through his blocker. But in the third period they did push back. They had 13 shots on net in the third period, held the goals to only one shot against. But they ran into Oscar Dance, who played very solid, and he stole the game for the Gulls for sure.
Yeah.
We I think had the majority of the shots in the game, 30 to 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
just a situation of too late, right?
Yep, definitely. And Waters did have a shorthanded penalty shot that he scored on in the third, but we need to stay out of the box and move forward from there.
Yeah. So I wanted to pick your brain on a couple of the guys down there, Lekermacki and Pedersen, because I actually managed to watch most of that game. It's the only game I've been able to watch so far this year. That's why I'm extra bitter. So I noticed with Pedersen, obviously DPD, who I'm talking about, Elias. Which one is it? It's Elias.
Elias is PD.
Yeah.
Elias
is the one in the AHL. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Pedersen, I noticed great first pass out of the zone, good movement, great shot. But the one thing I noticed, do you think he's maybe still adjusting to the North American ice? Because I noticed some of his wraparound passes, his timing looked slightly off, and there maybe even was just a touch of panic in some of those quick. Is that kind of what you're seeing from him so far this year?
Yeah, when you said you were going to ask about him, it's one of the points I made was the adjustment from the European ice to the North American ice. He's also being asked to take on quite a large role, right out of the gate with Abbotsford. He's playing on the penalty kill. He's getting some power play time. He's finding his game. He's playing physical. He gets his shots through to the net. He definitely finishes his checks. He likes to muck it up after the play. He's not shy to that, which is amazing to see from a defenseman like that. He's got size, and he's almost like a more physical, more in your face Alex Edler.
Yeah.
With a bit more offensive upside. He likes to get the shot through. He sees it. He sees the play offensively well. So I think the adjustment to the North American ice, I'd give him probably a month.
Yeah.
To do it. It does look like his timing's just a touch off, and once that comes, he's going to be a force down there. I think we'll be very, very pleased with his progression.
Yeah. Then the other thing I wanted to ask you about with Lekermacki and with DPD, the thing I'm liking about what they're doing down there with him is essentially DPD's paired up with Friedman most of the time. And then Leckermacki is also on a line, and he's playing with a couple guys who Phil G. Giuseppe and Atu Ratu, right? So you essentially have what could be a line for both of them in the NHL, but they're playing in the NHL. So I'm liking that. Is that kind of working well for them? I mean, Leckermacki has a 1 game, but do you feel they can get the similar experience playing on these lines as they would actually playing limited minutes in the NHL?
I absolutely. Yeah, that's a great point you make there. And I think it's a testament to Manny Malhotra as the new head coach down there. I think obviously he's a a seasoned NHL veteran who knows exactly what it takes to grind through the league and grind and have the right attitude. So to pair up your top prospects with the guys who have played in the NHL, kind of bounce back and forth and know what the game is up there to lead those guys is a great idea. And Leckermacki in his 2 games has really been driving the offense. He's got 8 shots on goal in 2 games. And so it's just a small sample size, but his line mates are finding him and he is finding the net. So it's only a matter of time with his shot and release that it starts finding the twine.
Thought you were about to say it's only a matter of time before they call him up because the Canucks power play can't score.
That too.
Awesome, Dustin. We didn't get a chance to talk about Tom Willander. We'll hang on to that thought for the post-game show. Pucks just dropped, so let's let the kids get into the action, and we'll talk to you again at the end of the game. Enjoy the second and third period, brother.
You too. Talk to you soon.
There it is, everyone. Mr. Dustin. The Rusty and Dusty Sideshow. So we're at 19:54 in the second. Puck is dropped 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45. There's your sync up, people. As I was chatting with Dustin, I think I saw a couple extra new names in here. Jaden Baines. All right, guys, here we go. Welcome to the chat, Jaden. Rick Moen. Welcome. Hair grows out of a hole. So what gender does that make me, sir? Well, I mean, it could grow out your butthole. So, yep, hair growing out. You could have hair growing out of your nose hole. You could have hair growing out of your ear hole. Just depends on how old you are. So Rick and Jaden, welcome to the chat. Nice to have you guys. Carolina gets a full change while controlling the puck. Hughes collects the puck and skates it out. Hughes puts the puck down low. Besser battling for it. 2 Canucks back there versus 2 Hurricanes, and the Hurricanes come out with the puck. That's an icing call. Dusty, the voice of reason. Yeah. Don't welcome the guy. He's whacked. Is Rick having some randomness happening? Man, you guys are going off here. 18:30 left to go in the second period. Another icing. That's 2 icings in a row. Can't have enough icing for like 3 cakes now. And if anyone was wondering, the Vancouver Canucks are a hockey team in the National Hockey League. Thanks, Jake. Jake, join in the show in the second intermission, so make sure you stay tuned. Rick, why are you offended? Huh? Why are you so offended? Why can't we all just get along? $18:15 left to go in the second period. Canucks still can't get set up in the offensive zone. And Carolina scores again off the rush. Quinn Hughes gets caught up the ice. DeBrusk back to cover for him. and does not do a very good job of it. Nope. Yeah, Jay, 3-1. Oh, man. So what's Hronik's excuse there? Because he did not have his check either, and he's a defenseman. Just bad coverage on that. Cancel the parade. It's over. Cancel it. I had the whole plan, right? You're going to fly the cup into Kelowna, tour all the way down to Penticton, hit the Crow's Nest all the way down over to Hope and Chilliwack. Carolina is trying to get as many goals as the Canucks have shots. Lorelei, boo tomatoes. Yeah, Pedersen tried to tuck it in. Couldn't quite do it. Not a bad move, though. Jacob, what did I say? Lankinen ain't that. Big Mac, you all know we are here. Come back, Kings, right? Come back, Kings! Jake's like, welcome, guys. That ship has sailed, hasn't it, Captain? Major's right. If Linden were in this game, the Canucks would be up 5-2, 100%. Canucks turn the puck over at their own blue line again. Canucks are just standing still right now. Blocked. Got the fourth line out. Baines, Sprung. Bluger up. Baines try to get it out. Can't. Myers ices the puck. So do we think knee-jerk nuck is Buble? 100%. I think that knee-jerk nuck on Reddit is Buble. $16:25 left to go in the second period. After the icing, they managed to get the puck down into Carolina zone so the Canucks can get a change. Look at this aggressive forecheck, too, by Carolina. It's like they're running a 2-1-2 or something like that. Hughes slaps it in. Oh my gosh. Stahl overskated the puck, otherwise they would have had another 2-on-1. Rick wants the Canucks to smarten the F up. I think I agree with that. Major Chow at Jake Sick. When I come to a fork in the road, I ask myself, what league are the Vancouver Canucks in? Then I know everything will be okay. Svechnikov chopping Miller's stick out of his hands. So the Canucks are finally going to get a power play in this game. Oh my goodness, though. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Svechnikov can't score a Michigan goal from the penalty box. Carolina wins the faceoff, but can't get the puck out of the zone. On a second effort, they do get the... Oh, no, they don't. No, they do. They do. They don't. They do. They don't. Yes, they have shot the puck all the way down the ice. Carolina, about 20 seconds of the Canucks power play time. The Canucks, yeah, they might be calling up Willander. Or sorry, not Willander, Lekermack sooner than later. Hughes just wrists one in on the goal. He fields it like he's playing for the Vancouver Dodgers. Gives it over to his defenseman, and they clear it down the ice. Yeah, Lorelei agrees. 100% comeback Kings. Yeah, the fans are starting to boo. Doesn't even look like they have a power play at this point. You got the second unit out now, too. Hronek, Sprong shot. Blocker save. DeBrusque over to Heinen. Tries to get the puck back to the blue line. Unfortunately, looks like we're cooked. Jacob, yep. It's going to be tough to get one on this power play. There's no way they could score on this power play. That's my way of like trying to reverse jinx it, but it did not work. Penalty's over. Now Carolina's got a 2-on-1 right out of there. DeBrusque comes all the way back, legging it, gets all the way out of position, and then dives back to make a kick save. Canucks have a two guys going back the other way. This is absolute chaos. Yeah, one shot on goal in 15 minutes is unacceptable. Gary's right. The Canucks look sluggish. A lot of the time when I see a sluggish power play like that, I honestly think, like, who's been your best line? Just give them the power play time. Lankinen's got his foot on that puck as it dribbles towards the crease. Myers clears the puck. High stick. Yeah, there's a high stick. Wow, wee, wow, wow, wee, wow, wow. Quinn needs to tell the team to dig in right now. Dig in right the fuck now. Oh, swear jar. Gotta put some money in the swear jar. Yeah, I love it. Dig in. Canucks fan. 94, welcome. Yeah, it is getting a little hard to watch. Let's hope that maybe, just maybe, someone will be able to turn things around. Luke Flyswatter. Haven't said hello to you yet. Luke Flyswatter, welcome back. I always love that name of yours. And Luke Flyswatter's like, it's over. It's over. Like the Vince Carter. It's over. Let's hope not. Yeah, Blanky stopped the fourth goal. Ridiculous, right, Jaden? 0 shots on that power play. Pretty brutal, Jaden. Jake's takes. Canucks kind of look like garbage, eh? New dude to boot today. Blanky! Blanky! Blankinen. I mean, if Blankinen doesn't make a couple of those saves, this could easily be 4-1. Right effing now. I like it, Lorelei. I like it. Major Tow's just like, don't. Canucks fan 94. They seriously need to start clicking like last game. Yeah. Oh my God. It went off Suter, Myers, and then Blankinen makes the save on the goal line. Good job to get back. Track the puck. Tyler Myers taking a high sticking penalty. This is how the chaos draft will inspire us. Let's have a look. Brutal. That's really unfortunate. Brenda? Jacob. And Langdon ain't the guy, people. Need to stop this Lank train. See, the problem is we're only paying Langdon $900K. What do you think, Jacob? Is Langdon worth $900,000? Luke Feiswater. At least the Steelers are winning. And KJ's like, Lankinen is him. Yeah, Canucks fan 94, you're right. Pathetic PP. It should be with all this talent we got. It shouldn't be with all this talent we got. 11:11 left to go in the second period. Let's do a countdown for you. 11:05, 4, 3, 2, 1, 11. Goalie superhero moment. Yeah, absolutely. On my non-existent god. Oh, Svechnikov just puts it wide. Suter trips his man, but I'm going to say the dude just like fell over and Hronik's into it in the corner. Natchez flop into the ice. Hey, Svechnikov, you're not tough. Get out of there. The boys gather for a chat. The other thing that you guys haven't seen yet is a full-on rage moment from me yet. So Drew Richards has definitely seen some rage moments. Wow. That's unfortunate. It's another unfortunate moment where Canuck doesn't keep control of his stick. Myers had his stick up in the air, brought it down on someone's face. Suter got his stick in the feet. So now the Canucks have to kill off 41 seconds of a two-man advantage. Oof. $10:35 left to go in the second. Puck's about to get dropped on this 5-on-3. Desharnais, Soucy, and Miller. Oh my goodness. Lankinen with a save. Lankinen is moving a lot right now. I think he's probably moving a bit too much. Popping in his crease. 10 minutes left to go in the second period. 59, 58, 57, 56, 55. The Myers penalty is over. It's now 5-on-4. Myers has re-entered. What a save by Lankinen. One-timer, toe save. Covers up the rebound. Leaves number 24 for Carolina. Hanging his head. Keeping his team in the game. Blanky. Whoo! 100% Blanky. With the pad save. Getting some hearts in the chat for you guys. Okay, so Jacob doesn't like him, but we're going to put this in the chat. Is Blankenin worth 900K? Shot wide off the one-timer. Pedersen chops the puck down the ice on the penalty kill. Good job, Petey. 21 shots to 8. Veronic lifts the puck all the way down the ice. Sherwood skates by the goal and gives him a little chop. Sherwood throws a hit. Ranstrom out on the penalty kill. That shows you how much Tockett's liking this guy, putting him out on the penalty kill. Blocker saved by Blankinen. Ranstrom couldn't quite get the puck out. 10 seconds left to go on the power play. Far side. Suter on the breakaway. Oh, he gets a rebound and puts it wide. Oh, that would have been a turnaround. Couldn't get the puck to settle. Now the Canucks control. Let's see what kind of pushback we can get here after killing off a 5-on-3. Maybe that woke the boys up. Husey spins at the line. Goes, burns right towards the net, gets a shot on. Carolina covers the puck. Yeah, Suter had the puck on edge. Oh, but he even got the rebound. That was a close one. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Matt Canuck kill off the two-man advantage. That's huge. Major Tower Sherwood is the guy. Yeah, Big Mac. It's $8.75. Am I getting lippy? I'm getting lippy. Yeah, Gary, getting outshot by more than double is unacceptable. Luke Flyswatter, hopefully the Canes will be so demoralized by Blanky. Jacob, good save, but shouldn't have let in those two before that. $2 in the square jar. Yeah, we're going to have full swear jars here pretty quick, aren't we, Big Mac? Going to have a Big Mac Snicker Snatcher Nothing is Perfect collab pretty quick here, kids. Yeah, Drew, you're right. We did need that one, but even in that last moments, they looked like they were got a little bit more juice. So hopefully that's a good sign moving forward. Yeah, let's quickly hop on over and check out what's happening. Top of the 9th, LA, the Vancouver Dodgers still lead 4-0. We got the Dodgers up to bat right now. 2 balls and a strike. It's got 1 man on base. Yeah, if you guys watch the replay on Suter, you can just see that puck when he gets it. It's like right on end. So rather than being on the ice like this, it's like this and trying to get that. Sometimes it's difficult to get that puck to go down. Quinn Hughes with a little step. Besser gets a shot off, but it gets blocked. Puck all the way down the ice. Icing call. Carolina making cake on the bench. Canucks fan 94. And that is why Quinn Hughes is one of the best skaters in the game. Absolutely. Big Mac, I don't know what everyone's thinking. We're killing it. Yeah, those edges are absolutely insane. I didn't even know my skates had edges until I was in my 3rd season. Bastard with another shot blocked. Bastard out. 2-on-2. DeBrusque gets another shot blocked. Carolina doing everything they can to get all of their body parts and sticks in front of all these shots. Connor Garland to Pettersson. Pettersson with a hit. Hughes turning in the corner. Trying to spread things out. Shot to the net. Carolina goaltender uses that big glove to make the easy save. So, unfortunately, Jacob, you've been outvoted. 89% of you are saying that Blankinen is definitely worth the $875K. $6:45 left to go in the second period. When the puck gets dropped, I'll count it down for you. 6:45, second period. 23 shots to 13. Garland taking a face off. Canucks get the puck off of a face-off loss, essentially. Wristed it to the net. No one's there. Garland collects the puck. Puts it down low. Pettersson keeps it going to Hoglander. Hoglander battling. Up to Myers on the point. Myers shot it wide. I think he probably did that on purpose, eh? Oh. There's just a disconnect right now. There's a couple of drop passes there that just went to no one. To no one. Canucks are getting some change. Got the 4th line out again. Suter, Baines. Sprong. Sprong takes the puck over to Suter with another shot. Stopped. Sprong shoots off of a stick and into the netting. Woo! Suter with another chance. Does anyone remember Suter in the playoffs last year? He had, what was it, like 4 or 5 great chances and then finally scored? That's what I'm hoping for in this game. You love to see Petey lay some body. Brazy's got it right. Jaden. Here's Jaden's play-by-play. No! Suter! We need some answers here! And fast! Major Tao. We need 1,000 subs, guys. Then we can super chat. Yeah, we can super chat the swear jar. Every time you swear, you have to go and donate to the swear jar. And then we'll be able to get Fuji out of jail. And that's why Suter gets paid the small bucks. Luke Flyswatter saying LA is going to sweep. Yeah, got the Yankees up to bat now. Bottom of the 9th, last chance. Fouls it. One ball, 2 strikes. Oh, and he's out. So now we're down to 2 hitters left for the New York Yankees versus the Vancouver Dodgers. Nobody's on base. Let's see what happens here. Getting close to the end of that game, so I'll let you know. Yeah, Jaden Baines agrees that with Luke Flyswatter that LA is going to sweep. Major Tao saying Hughes can get something done, Jaden. You love to see it. Mr. Fuji is busy managing demolition in the WWF. The WWF. He's just out there fighting pandas? Roanoke with a shot. DeBrusque in front looking for a rebound, but there wasn't any. Oh. Rome, you are absolutely right. The Canucks should shoot at the net. Forget these fancy drop passes. Yeah, there he is. Martin Spencer, former Vancouver Canucks goalie, got scooped up by Carolina on the waivers last year. Now he's backing up with Anderson being hurt for Carolina. High pass out of the zone. Carolina gets it deep. Oh, is it a hand pass or something? High stick. Puck will be dropped right in front of the Vancouver goalie. Justice for Fuji. Hashtag justice for Fuji. Hashtag justice for Fuji. Russ, you need to change that Pepsi to Coke in your background. Is there, where is it? Is there one back here? Oh, there's some Baileys there. Huh. Funny thing is, I actually don't drink a lot of pop, and usually when I do drink pop, it's a root beer. Love me some root beer. Had some root beer floats the other night. KJ Brazy. Are we in the next golden era? Ah, it might be. Could really be with guys like Husey. Hoglander does good work, but oh yeah, here we go. Pedersen fighting, throws a hit. And now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Oh my God, how did that not go in the net? Jackson Blake had done everything he could except for put the puck in the net. Big Mac reminding everyone to like and sub. Snickers Snatcher likes Dad's root beer. Pepsi. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it. I'll just block it out. Hey, Lyndon, do you think we could change that Pepsi out for some Coke? What do you? No, you're more of a Pepsi guy. Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue with Trevor Lyndon. That could have easily been 4-1 Carolina there. Gostisbehere shooting it wide. Canucks are just standing still again. Looks like a power play. Carolina player got high sticked. Yeah, they called it. Oh. That is so weird. So apparently this is a Hurricanes penalty. So the Canucks have pulled Blankinen. I've got the 6-on-5 going in and try and get some extra power play time here with the goalie pulled. They can't even get past center right now. Garland doing it all on his own. What a play. Connor Garland picks his way through the entire Carolina team, gets to the front net and tries to scoop it in backhand. Couldn't get it to go though. Gargoyle. Oh, okay. So Desharnais was on a follow through. And then sure, we got cross check. So that's why it is a Carolina penalty. Hockey Niemi going to the box, acting like he didn't do anything. Look at that stupid mustache. He doesn't agree with the call, but of course he wouldn't. Okay, let's hope this power play goes a little better than the last one. They got to win the faceoff, and they did not. They had one shot on their first power play. Should the Canucks pull the goalie and go 6-on-4? Probably not. Jake's looking for a big PP here. Jake's always looking for a big PP. Brock Besser across the ice. Hughes keeps it on the line. Pettersson launches the puck to the moon off the glass and out. Might have been confused as to where. Did the Yankees just make it 4-2? Oh my God. Garland working hard, falls down, gets the puck back to the point. Canucks get forced out again. Husey carries it in. 53 seconds left to go on this power play. I don't know if they have a shot yet. Got his stick checked and Besser couldn't get a proper shot off. Puck gets fired all the way down the ice. Canucks are probably going to change some of their players. To the moon, Alice! Any spark. Come on, boys. Anything. Come on, Spronger. Hoglander in front. No rebound. You can say anything about the Carolina goalie tonight. There is nothing going on with rebounds. Yeah. You think he yelled that when he shot it? To infinity and beyond! Yeah, Rome. Come on, Pettersson. Bag on, will ya? Connor Garland trying to be McDavid going to the net. Yeah, that was a pretty good. Oh, they win the face-off. It goes right between the two defensemen all the way down the ice. Rusk moves in. Puck goes behind the net. Carolina collects the puck. Fires it all the way down the ice. Completely ineffective, that power play. Oh no. McCabe scores an empty netter for the Blackhawks. That's the bad omen. 27 seconds left to go in the period. 23, 22, 21. Bluger. Sherwood gets taken out. Carolina's got a chance for maybe one more shot. 5 seconds left. Puck is out of reach, and they are not able to do that. So we end the period at 3-1 Carolina. Oh, I think we need to take this time to zen out. Let's quickly have a look at the score in the Dodgers game. Game over. There it is. LA Dodgers win 4-2. Not quite able to get the shutout, but we'll take it. They will lead the series now 3-0. So the Vancouver Dodgers are looking good. Sorry, Brazzi, about that. You've got enough championships over there in New York, don't you, Brazzi? You don't need any more. So, as I mentioned, you can see him in the chat right now. Jake's Takes, eating his KFC, watching the game, chatting with all y'all. So, we are now going to look at the face reveal for Mr. Jake's Takes. You're going to actually get to see his face now. So, let's go ahead and pull that up. And I will show you guys the interview that I did with Mr. Jake's Takes. enjoy. We get to know a little bit about his channel, and we're going to get to know a little bit about his Canucks fandom. So let's hop right into that and enjoy, everyone. As we said, here we are with the one and only Mr. Jake from Jake's Takes Hockey. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you doing today?
That's right. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, nice to have you. So I have seen you a little bit in the chat lately, having fun on our Nothing Is Perfect streams. It's been good having you here. What do you think of the crew we got going on there in the chat these days?
Honestly, it's great. Like, I've never been the type to like go into these kind of things, like watch a game with other people.
Yeah.
But it totally makes so much sense to like, for me, because I'm such a super fan that like I can go in there and just like hang out and talk. Cause I just watch games by myself.
Right.
It's a lot of fun, and I really love the crew in there. So it's a fun little community you got built in there.
Yeah, it built really quickly. We're very happy with how things are going, and yeah, everyone always has a good time when you're making your comments, keeping us all informed about what's going on.
Yeah, well, I have to make sure like everyone knows the Vancouver Canucks is an NHL team in the National Hockey League.
Yes.
Because I can understand the confusion if people, they have no idea what's going on. They open up the stream, they're like, is this team even in the NHL? I don't know. So,
for all they know, we're watching field hockey.
Yeah, you never know, right?
So let's talk a little bit about your channel, because you got Jake's Takes Hockey. I got your at Jake's Takes Hockey on YouTube, so everyone can go check that out.
Yeah.
I love the videos, very energetic. Let's talk about how your channel started.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know what? My channel started probably a couple of years ago. And I remember as a kid, I did YouTube, like when you're running around your yard and you're like, and you're like making horror movies and stuff, and you think it's super cool. And it was one of those things, like one day I just thought like, I want to get back to like some of the things I did when I was younger. It's like you could make, I don't know if it's a midlife crisis or like, you're trying to remember the things that like made you happy when you were younger. And that was one thing I realized I was missing in my life. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel again. And it was just me. I was just playing like NHL 22, I think it was when I started. And I just thought me and my friends were the funniest people in the goddamn world. So I'm like someone's got to record this, right? And it was just recently I decided to start covering the Canucks in the games. And so that's all new to me. And I'm still trying to figure out an editing style. I'll try not to get copyrighted, all these things, blah, blah, blah. But that's how it all came to existence, was mostly because of gaming. And I think I will still do a little bit of gaming on there, but right now I'm just focusing on the Canucks and it's fun.
So what's the inspiration for your highlight videos? Because I thought about it myself too. Like I've thought about doing kind of like a highlight package, my takes on the plays and stuff like that. And then I had to look around, and I'd say there's probably 3 or 4 YouTube channels right now that, an hour after the game's done, they got their highlight package out, and it's the very professional, serious, Sportsnet like, here's my breakdown of the game. You've got a completely different style. Can you tell our viewers about your style?
I don't even know. I just kind of like, they call me One Take Jake, right? So and I do generally do it in one take, and I think that's what makes it more authentic, I guess you could say, because I'm not like, I mess up, I don't stop. I'm just like, you know what? Screw the viewer. I'm rolling with this. I got to get this video uploaded and go to bed tonight. So I guess that's my style. Is I just try. I'm honestly just being myself, and it's not me trying to be all professional. And because I mean, that is what everyone else is doing. I want to have my own identity on my YouTube channel, and I didn't plan it to be like that. I remember the first video I did the preseason game against Edmonton, I think. And then that one got like 1,400 views, and everyone was like, hey, this is good. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. I'll try and keep doing this, I guess. So, yeah. And so I'm still going with the flow and see where it goes. It's a lot of fun because it's something I really love. I really love the Canucks, and it's something in the winter. I have so much time off right now that this is a good hobby for me to do on my days off.
That's awesome. Well, good thing you mentioned the Canucks. That's the very professional segue for you. Let's talk about who is your favorite Canuck of all time? Like, if you had to pick one guy out of all the years you've been watching, who's your man?
Yeah. It's so funny because it seems like such a simple question, but it's not. Because like when you like when I think about it, I'm like, I actually don't know. And you know who I'm gonna go more current. I'm gonna say Quinn Hughes because he deserves to be there. Like what he's doing, like he's already breaking all the records. And like, how old is he? 25, 24 or something? Like, yeah, he's still like really young. He's gonna go down as the best defenseman in the Canucks like pretty soon here already.
I'm of the mind that if he stopped playing tomorrow, we would still consider him to be the greatest Canuck of all, Canucks defenseman of all time.
Right? Yeah. So, but then if I want to go off the board a little bit, there is one guy that I want to give some love to, and it's all recent. But I love Connor Garland, and I loved him from the beginning. You know, I think it was the first year or two he took a little bit to warm up. But I remember when Benning, you remember the Benning days?
Yeah.
When they
unfortunately.
Yeah. When they first traded for him, I was like, oh my God, we're getting Oliver Ekman-Larsson. That's awesome. Yeah, that worked out. And then I was like, Connor Garland. And I started watching like highlights of him, and I got myself all hyped on him.
Yeah.
And I just knew what type of player he was. And I was just like, this guy could really work in the Canucks lineup, like a small, pesty guy. Like he kind of reminds me of a bit of a Burrows in a way, a little bit, just, you know, and he has a scoring touch. And so he's my favorite player right now, I think, and Quinn Hughes. But all time, I think it just doesn't hit me. It's just, I could say the Sedins. I was a huge Sedin fan. That's the era I grew up in. But I would just stick with Quinn Hughes and Garland.
Final answer. There it is, Quinn Hughes. So let's talk about, you said you grew up during the Sedin era. Let's talk about, what is your favorite Canucks moment? Like if you had to pick a game or a moment, what really stands out for you as one of your favorite memorable moments?
Yeah, that's easy. That's when the Canucks, I think it was the first round, right? When they knocked out Chicago in Game 7. Yeah. That was like so electric. Like it was just like the shivers. And I remember the feeling, because I was just so scared. I was young. I was just like, please, just somebody score. And Burrows did that clapper, and it just relieved so much. And it's like, and I had a friend from school that was a Blackhawks fan. I really didn't want to go back. And he has to razz at me for another year. I'm like, please. So that's by far my favorite Canucks moment.
Everyone has to, like, I think a lot of the time people forget that the Canucks were up 3-0 in that series, and they ended up losing 3 games in a row. There shouldn't have even been a Game 7, right? And then suddenly we're sitting here and it's in overtime, and it is what it is, right?
And then if they lose, it's like, it's embarrassing. It's not like, oh, like, they battle it out back and forth. It's like, no, the Canucks were about to blow it, and it's not fun when your team's gonna blow it. I hate it. It's just like the first game of the season against the Flyers. I was like, are we really doing this?
Yes, like, it's the Flyers. We are doing it. It always happens when we play the Flyers for whatever reason.
Yeah, right. But the Canucks are the Canucks, and they always will be. But I love them.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, right? Like I was actually at that game. I was at the Slang Dragon game, so I'm not gonna tell the story too much right now because I'm making a video about it. But I was in that stadium, and it was absolutely wild. I'll tell a secret. I'll just tell you a quick secret. If you're buying Canucks playoffs tickets, you don't try and buy the first games. You try to buy the last game. As soon as the tickets go on sale, buy the very last game. And that way, you're obviously going to get your tickets because everyone's jumping on. They're trying to get Game 1, Game 2, right? I go in, I buy Game 7. If the Canucks don't make it to Game 7, whatever, you get your money back. Everybody's happy. If they make it to Game 7, you're at Game 7, right?
Right. It doesn't work like that. You pay for it, and then if they don't make it, I did not know that.
Yeah. So they'll put it out as, I think they put it out as like Game 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Vancouver venue. And then then Game 4 would have been Game 7, unless they're obviously playing only 3 games at home. Then you'd be buying Game 6 essentially.
Right.
Yeah. So
super cool though. I can't believe you're there.
And tips. Yeah, it was wild. Yeah. I'm actually, I won't tell the story right now, but I'm putting together a little video about it that I'll probably play on stream pretty quick here.
That's right. We got to stay tuned.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the season so far. Is there anyone on the team that's doing a lot better than you thought they would?
It's Bluger. You know what? When they re-signed him, he was one of those guys that like I was ready to let go. Like if it did have to come down, I'd be like, you know what? Because in my opinion, I don't think he drove the Garland and Joshua line. I think he's a great fit, but I was just like, I bet you someone else can go there. But no, he's really impressed me so far. So that's the first name that comes to the top of my head. He's been really consistent, it seems like, and he's playing on different lines. He's not even playing on that line, and he's just kind of proving me wrong. Where I'm like, hey, you know what? I really like this guy. I really want him to stay on the team, so I'm happy he's still here. And I think they signed him for a couple years, was it?
Yeah. So a 3-year deal.
Yeah. So, and I think it was a fairly team friendly deal. So it's like, no, he's definitely impressed me.
Yeah, I mean, a guy who kills penalties, a guy who you can even put on the power play in a pinch, right? But you can play him in all situations. You can play him all up and down your lineup. And then, like you said, clearly he doesn't need those exciting line mates like Garland and Dakota Joshua to be a good player. He's playing with a couple guys who are working their butts off, but obviously Garland, like you said, is a little busy bee out there. So
he is a little busy bee, isn't he?
What's your take on the Pettersson situation? Because I know a lot of people are wondering, is Petey's knee still bugging him? Is there something else going on? What's your take on Pettersson after coming into his first year of the $11.6 million contract?
He's putting too much pressure on himself, and we've seen this before. And it's like, and you know what? It's like, as much as I want to defend him, but when you sign something like that, you have to expect the pressure. And you need to, he should learn, or maybe not learn, but should have known, like, or know how to handle it better, because it's clearly something's wrong. And I don't think it's injury wise. I think this is all mental. I think he's fine. I'm not worried. But at the same time, he's got to pick it up. Like, it's when you're making that kind of money, like, and it makes me think, like, what, if he would have signed for like 9 or 8, would he be playing better right now? Maybe, but you never know, right?
I don't know if that would make a difference, right? Like, at the end of the day, you're making lots of money. The other question I have for you about Pettersson, because I mean, you look at some of the other superstars in the league over the years, like McDavid currently, like Sidney Crosby, and a lot of the time they're like, oh, why is Sidney Crosby not scoring goals? Or why is McDavid not scoring goals? And then last year, McDavid gets 100 assists, right? Sidney Crosby takes a summer off, practices a shot, comes back and scores a 50-goal season, right? Would you be all right? Like, if Petey gets 80 assists and 15 goals, is that that's probably a good season anyways, right?
Yeah. And you know what? And the other thing, like, Petey does do a lot of good things. I think he's actually very underrated defensively.
Right.
I remember even a couple of years ago, I was watching him. He was just blocking passes, going nuts. And I was like, this guy's elite, And so he does do a lot of good things. He's not useless out there, and it may feel like it sometimes because we put a lot on players that make that much money, but he's not doing nothing. And if he does, mount to get 70 to 80 points, I'd be happy with that. That's okay. I personally just want to see him, be a little more confident and happy and, enjoy the game again, right?
I don't know if we'll ever see him happy, but, we can see him confident.
Yeah.
But then as Canucks fans too, I find it funny because this is a team that's been known for some of the worst contracts in NHL history. Like, even OEL, we're still paying for OEL right now. We don't talk about that, awesome, right? We did Eriksson, right? Like, we've had some massive contracts go out for guys who did absolutely nothing. And but even Hronek hasn't really started the year as strongly as I thought, and he signed that big deal in the offseason as well. And there's literally no chat about Hronek's new contract.
No chat about that, is there?
Yeah. What about the obviously the goaltending situation has been back and forth. Who are you liking more? Do you want to see more Shelovs, or you fine with them kind of running with Lankinen as the number one until Demko gets back?
I actually think I brought it up in one of my videos. I think it was guessing the line combinations, and I remember saying, like, I don't think we need to throw Shelovs in because, like, he already went on a fairy tale run, but he's still young, so I knew he wasn't going to come flying out the gates. And I'm really glad they picked up someone like Lankinen. I'm a huge Lankinen fan, so I think they should keep rolling with him as much as you can. Keep Shelovs, and I wanted Shelovs to be in the lineup, no doubt. I do, but I didn't want to put too much pressure on him just yet because he's great, but he's gonna have his up and downs a bit. He's still learning, right?
Yeah.
So huge Lankinen fan, and man, he's looked solid out there. I don't know how the Canucks keep doing this with goalies, but they find a way, and that's the one perk about being a Canucks fan. We always got a good goalie.
Yeah. See, I'm old enough to remember when this place was a complete goalie graveyard. So I think someone the other day said we went from being a graveyard to a garden. When it comes to goalies, and I'm thinking maybe we're bearing those fruits right now, because even you look down at the AHL and a couple guys down there are looking really good too. So looks like they got some depth.
They like, there's what's his name, Tolopilo or something. Like, even he has some upside to him. There's these other names, and you wonder, are they going to become something too? I remember when Demko was coming up, there was chats about him years before he came up, and I didn't know who he was, and I was like, and then all of a sudden he came out of nowhere and was this awesome goalie. So the Canucks they've done a great job on their goalie work there.
Praise Chef Alvin, let him cook.
Yeah. Oh, I've been super impressed with management.
Yeah. Awesome, Jake. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day. We'll do this again soon. We might even look at having you come on live during one of the intermissions coming up in the next couple weeks here and get some of your reaction during the game. Any final words for the viewers in chat right now?
Yeah, no, I mean, they do know the Canucks are a team in the National Hockey League. So I think we got that clear. After the first period, there's the second period, and then there's the third period, in case people didn't know that. I think I got it mostly. I bet you all was probably saying this in chat, so I just want to make sure everyone's clear. That's it for me, but it was a lot of fun, man. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jake.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
There it is. Jake's Takes Hockey. The man, the myth, the legend, with all the facts. Hachiko says awesome stuff, Jake. Romotiklin saying Pettersson needs Miller to kick him in the ass. Yeah, I think we could probably agree on that one. Srija, welcome to the chat. Nice to have you. Jakey. Rome is asking, thinks the Yankees take game 4, it'll be a death rattle. I could see that. Calvin, man, like Jake. Yeah, Mike Torrance is looking for them to claw back in the third. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, absolutely. That would be nice. Yeah, you're right. 3-2 would have been better heading into the third period here. Now, big hockey guys, the Vancouver Canucks are good. They'll pull through. The Vancouver Canucks are good. Yeah, Jaden Baines. We got to get better with our passes. And then KJ responding to my smack talk. Looking to get his 28th ring, but I'm not thinking that's going to happen. Jaden saying it should be 5-1, honestly, for Carolina. KJ saying, man, Garland's slicing through the whole team like Bure. Jacob's cheering for Winnipeg on their fun run. Looks like we're about to get the third period underway here. I'll let you know. The puck's about to get dropped here. Jake's takes the third period now. Puck is dropped. 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. Let's go, Canucks. Let's go. Ramage, we need to start playing like against the Penguins in the second period. Yeah. Let's get some quick goals here. Get back in this game. Shots are closer now, but I feel like the Canucks haven't had as many quality shots as they would like. Rome saying, let's go. Canucks with 20 shots on goal in the third. I'd love to see that. Gary missed the intermission show. Don't worry, Gary. I will be posting after the game. I'll be posting the interview with Jake's Take. So if you missed it, we will be putting it on the YouTube channel. Svechnikov and Susie. Susie did well to get the puck off Svechnikov's stick. Lankinen directs the puck to the corner. Another shot. Lankinen with a glove save. Yeah, so Gary, I will be posting the interview after the game is over. Jake says, thanks for having me on, Russ. It was an absolute pleasure. I'm sure we'll be having you on again soon enough. Paragraph Pro, Dustin in the chat. Good stuff, Jake. And everyone's thanking Jake. Srija and Major and Big Mac and Rome. And Gary's like, oh, that was KFC bucket guy who was just on. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, welcome, Srija. Gary's wants him to win the turd. Win the turd, boys. See if they can get some juice in here. 19 minutes left to go. Quinn Hughes wraps around, tries to get the puck out front, can't get there. Got the looks like a bit of a line change. Got Baines, Pedersen, and Garland out there. So Hoglander looks like he's been taken off that line. And now the Canucks have taken a penalty. This just in. There will be a third period tonight. Yeah, Baines with a penalty. Chatfield going down. Oh, so it wasn't a penalty. They just blew the puck down. Yeah, Jake's looking to rebrand. New channel name, KFC Bucket Guy. Rebrand coming soon. Now, here's the thing, Jake. What you'll do on your channel is as you do the highlight package, you're going to be eating the chicken. And then once the chicken's gone, you put the bucket on your head. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Ramage is right. We need some second period Canucks here. Another chance there. So now we got Hoglander out with Besser and Miller. Unless they're mid-change. I'll try and figure out what the line combinations are for you guys now. Hoglander's out with Sprong. Yeah, Suter and Sprong. So Hoglander's been demoted to the fourth line. Suter stops the pass out of the zone. Canucks battling on the boards. Pew Suter. Puck gets driven down. Not quite enough for icing. Randstrom, number 26, collects it. Going for a little skate, but can't get the puck down low and gives it up. And now the puck is coming into the Canucks zone. Luger drops the puck for Brandstrom. Brandstrom tries to get it up to Sprong, can't get it there, and the puck is turned over at the blue line again. Svechnikov shoots it wide. Tyler Myers flailing in the corner. Sherwood collects the puck, waiting for some help. Short, very sharp angle shot. Nobody knew where the puck was. Long shot by Susie was blocked. Wendy Gorner in the chat. Loving the enthusiasm. Let's get some love in the chat for my mom, Wendy Gorner. The only reason you guys get to watch me tonight is because she gave birth to me. Raised my honky ass. Oh, I said the A word. I'm sorry, Mom. I'll put some money in the swear jar. Jake, of course I'm onto something. And think about that. Think of all the KFC you get to eat now. Yeah, getting some love in the chat for Wendy. Petey gets the puck poked off his stick. Yeah, the Canucks still look a little disheveled out there. Chevy's finest, let's go, Wendy. Hachiko says, hello, Mrs. Gorner. The brusque out to Besser, but couldn't get it in. Puck gets chopped out. Quinn Hughes collects in his own zone. Under pressure from Nitches. Quinn Hughes, puck up to center, gets tipped in. Welcome, Chevy's finest, by the way. Haven't seen you in here before. Welcome to the stream. Myers getting his stick caught up with the ref. Can't get the puck away now. Burns with a shot, goes off the side of the net. Hoglander can't get to the puck. Now the puck comes back into the Canucks zone. Puck comes out front. Susie puts it back around. Desharnais can't collect the puck. Puts it off the boards and out. Pucks get stopped. Carolina turns it over again in the center. Canucks just can't get out. Everyone's loving you, Mom. Everyone's loving you. KJ says, is Russ's mom? You raised a beauty. Another save for Mr. Blankinen. B says, Baines is doing great. Nice to see you, B. Calvin says, salute, Wendy. Salute. Big Mac says, sup, mommy. My mom says, hello, everyone. Hi. Drew says, hi, Mama Gorner. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I am not a meme, but I try to be sometimes. Oof, oof, oof. Let's have a quick look over here at the game stats. So let's look at these shots, because right now they outshot Carolina in the second period 12-10. They only had 5 in the first. They got 3 so far through just over 6 minutes of play. Shots are getting closer. We now have 100% face-off, so that finally happened. Let's have a quick look at these goal simulations, eh? See if we can figure out what happened. So on the transition, let's go right back to the start. So right here, everything's fine, right? Got Hronek on 37, you got Miller on 20, DeBrusk is here. Got 3 Carolina players down low, Hughes and Besser down low. But Miller can't win the puck. And all of a sudden, the coverage is blown. Carolina carries it out. Hughes is chasing back. And this is where Hronek loses his check. He should be over here, but he's not. Boom, goal. Back to the bar. Have a look more of those. Russ's mom in the chat is so wholesome. Laugh out loud. Jake, if you're reading this, I'm cool. KJ, good thing I can't read. Hooked on phonics worked for me. Chatfield gets the puck down low. Chatfield gets his shot through Blanken and smothers it. Jake's getting offended. Jake's getting upset. Big Mac saying, at Jake's take, we lost the game. And then Snickers is like, I lost the game. Everyone's trying to take credit. Baines blocks a shot. Yeah, so we got Baines, Petey, and Garland on a line now. So that's the change. B asks, do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? Mr. Krabs? I don't need it. I don't need it. It's my best SpongeBob SquarePants impersonation there for you. Carolina gets the puck down low again, and they start their forecheck. Their very effective forecheck. 13 minutes left to go. 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. Canucks out to center. Bain loses the puck, recovers it, gets it down low, but not deep. Carolina looks like they're content to just dump and chase now. Hughes starts out. Baines shoots it far side. Hoping for a rebound on that one, I think, but shot it too high. Brett Burns down low. JT Miller controls the puck on the half boards, luckily. Hughes over to Hronek, out to Miller, out to center ice. Miller's got some speed. Banks it back to Besser. Hughes with a shot. There it is. There it is. There's the spark, boys. Good play right from the D zone. Quick transition. The big boys come to play. Hughesy with another. You love to see it. Woo! 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 Hughesy with a beauty. Right off the blocker and into the net. Besser back up to Hughes, one-timer. DeBrusk in front. Carolina gets a piece of it, but not enough to stop the puck. There it is, 3-2 Canucks. Huggy, the captain, giving the team some spark. See what else we can do with this. And it looks like the defensive pairs might have been mixed up too, because we got Soucy and Desharnais out here together now. Canucks into the zone again. Sprong tried to put it down to Hoglander. The Carolina defenseman's lost his helmet, so he's got to go to the bench. Soucy collects the puck. Purple Lion. Are the Hurricanes really good? Yes. I believe the Carolina Hurricanes are the first team ever to have 310-point seasons in a row. So every year, in the last 3 years, the Carolina Hurricanes have had 110 points. And it looks like Carolina's just taken a penalty. So Gostisbehere got the puck on its edge, chops it, goes right over the boards. Right over the glass and out of play. So that is a delay of game penalty. Lorelai. La, 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 la. Hooray. Coach Willie, welcome. Coach Rob Willie. Nice to have you in the chat. You're good luck, Coach Willie. You showed up and they scored. Canucks on the power play, get a shot, goes behind the net. Got the number one power play unit out here. And Garland passes over to Huggy Bear, but it goes out of the zone. Canucks look to transition back in. Garland stops on the half boards. Canucks setting up. Pettersson takes it behind the net. Hughes on the point again with another shot. Miller trips over the goaltender. Otherwise, he might have had a chance on a rare rebound. I refed him. My wife is trying to feed the dog and I already fed him. Dobby almost got second dinner, but I guess he's going to get a little snack now because we feel bad. Lucky boy. Garland gets decked in the corner. Fans calling for a penalty. 1 minute left to go in the power play. Looking a little more dangerous than it had. Hughes flips into the corner. Now they're moving it, winging it around, trying to get Carolina to move. Oh, Pettersson tries to put it back to Miller. Carolina gets a stick on it. Puck comes to center. Miller moves it back in. 43 seconds left to go. Pettersson takes it off the skate. Connor Garland has nowhere to go. Besser misses the puck, gets by him, and now Carolina's able to clear it out, and they've got a 2-on-1 now. Jarvis with a big shot and blanking it with a bigger blocker save. Yeah, when your best chance is shorthanded against you on the power play, that's a bad sign. Now, puck comes out to center. Carolina carries it out, shorthanded again. Heinen drops the puck back. And the clock is broken again. The clock is broken. Blankenman keeping the game close. Yeah, Matt, you're right. Jeez Louise, if we didn't have Lanky, that would be bad news. I think Jacob's already left the chat. Jacob was the one who's saying we should put Pedersen or Shilovs in. Oh, Bluger puts it towards the net. Sherwood got a piece of it. What a blocker save. Full extension out. Oof. The clock's like, I'm out of here. Well, about time to head out. Yeah, that slap shot broke it. Laser must be upset. Laser made his way into the stadium. Gary says, if this goes to a shootout, we're definitely losing. Coach Rob Willie saying 10 minutes left. Calvin says, yeah, I'm not worried if the boys win or lose this game because in Carolina, I'd like it more when they win, though. Yeah, Carolina is really, really good. Luke Flyswatter, F. Pedersen. Yeah, F's in the chat for Pedersen. Hachiko in the arena, straight up jorking it. And by it, ha ha ha, well, let's just say my power play. Calvin's looking for another OT loss. Hachiko is worried about a shootout loss. Drewski's liking Blanky. Yeah, Jake is saying Canucks need to push this to overtime for the Lank man. Blanky deserves it. Gary says, oops, swear jar. Zoe says, Clocky. Clocky got clocked. Is this money? Are you sending me money, Jake? It's Monopoly money, isn't it? Yeah, it has happened every single game so far this year. It looks like the clock is totally broken. There is no clock on the feed. Some might want Macaulay's mic to stay broken. Canucks are appealing for a penalty on that. Miller looked like he had a good chance, but referee gets in the way. So DeBrusque can't. So not only do they miss the call, now they get in the way, creating a 3-on-2 coming back the other way. Orlov with a blast. Halankinen gets a piece of it, sends it wide. Now Canuck has lost their helmet or a glove. This is anarchy. Yeah, Zoe saying, no bribes. I cannot be bribed. Svechnikov working hard in the corner. Carolina controls. Brandstrom does a good play, gets it over to Miller or Myers. So Myers and Brandstrom are now. Garland trying to control the puck, does. Shot. Pedersen! Spinorama puts it wide. Now Carolina kicks the puck out to center. Baines does well to get back. Stops Aho from getting a break. Sprong tips it in. Hoglander does well to collect it, puts it down to Sprong, but it goes right by him. Puck goes out. Now Susie's racing back, trying to beat the Carolina player. Takes him right out of the play. Hoglander. Hoglander at his own blue line collects the puck, but Carolina dumps it down behind the net. Desharnais lays his man out, gets the puck, clears it up the half boards. Hoglander does well to block that pass in the middle and then goes for a change. Yeah, Gary with an F in the chat for glove saved by Lankinen. There's another one. F in the chat for Petey. Mike Torrance is right. We need a big hog moment. How is that not a penalty? Never got a shot. Got his hands hooked. B, I mean, OT loss is better. A point is still better than none. Calvin thinks the money looks like the yen. Gary wants everyone to whip their hog out. And by whip your hog out, he means whip out your best. Niels Big Hog Hoglander! Alla Nuckhead. Calvin, I think you need more yen for Canadian dollar, my guy. Yeah. The yen to the Canadian dollar, it's got to be like what? Like 10,000 yen is $1 or something like that? What is the exchange rate? So 1 Japanese yen equals 0.0091. What does that even mean? So this is $1. And this would be, so it's less than 1 cent. So 1 Japanese yen is equal to 9/10 of a cent. Who says you don't get education on stream, huh? Back to the bar. Hogs out for the boys. Zoe wants a penalty for obstruction. Jake's takes puts some swear jar in. Luke Flyswatter's looking for Petey to come alive. Puck just get dropped. Carolina wins a clean face-off. Get the shot. Baines blocks it. 5:33, 32, 31, 30, 29. Garland's just slightly offside. Srija. Swear jar. Everyone's got their swear jar out. So Gary has done the math for us. 110 yen equals $1 Canadian. Papa Fantastic. Welcome to the chat, Papa Fantastic. Go Pigman. Jakes likes the education. Someone shot. It's like Sherwood's stick got shattered. Goes to the bench and ends up getting a new one. You feel like Sherwood would have a more durable stick. Sherwood and Heinen on the offensive zone. Gets a shot off. Carolina gets a stick in. Puck goes over the glass. Yeah, Drew Richards saying less than 1 cent. Yeah, Lorelei is just doing their best McDavid impersonation. Dig TF in right now. Rome wants Pedersen to go too. Yeah, Papa Fantastic, welcome. Haven't seen you yet. Welcome. KJ likes the boys club. DeBrusque gets stopped. DeBrusque couldn't get it past the goalie. Yeah, DeBrusque has not scored a goal for the Canucks yet. This would be a perfect time to do it. Puck goes off the curved glass, and that means it's out of play. KJ, rock out with your hogs out. RS, welcome to the chat. Got him right where we want him, eh? Welcome to the chat, RS. Nice to have you. Yeah, B, you're right. There's stuff all over. There's helmets on the ice. There was sticks on the ice. Ranstrom, the defenseman, in on the forecheck. Svechnikov shoots the puck all the way down the ice. Lankinen's got to come out to play it. 4 minutes left to go in the third period. 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. And Lankinen with another save from the point. Chatfield getting a shot through. Everyone's getting stressed. Does Sherwood use a Sherwood, you think? I mean, it is the perfect cross promotion, right? It's funny because I'm trying to get the, I do the lineups at the beginning of the game. I was getting pictures of all the Canucks, and I was on a website that talks about hockey equipment. So you can look up all the different hockey players and what kind of equipment they use. So I had to search for Sherwood, and I had to go through about 20 sticks before I got to our Sherwood. DeBrusque tips it in. Yeah, DeBrusque just got a new stick. Carolina ices the puck. They say no icing for some reason. The Canucks looked like they had stopped playing. Suter in the corner. Susie in the corner. So we got Hronek and Chatfield with another drive. Sprung in. Yeah, there it is. What a play. The goalie does something insane, comes flying out. Sprung stays with the puck. The goalie's just trying to get back into the net, puts it back over to Pew Suter, who puts it into the empty net as the Carolina goalie slides in to try and make it. That is a tie game. Woo! Shot wide. Puck comes around the board. Sprong has a bouncing puck. The goalie tries to call his bluff. Sprong gets out front. And then Suter just finishes it. Like I said, Suter will get 100 chances and then he scores. And then I think even maybe Hoglander got a piece of that in front too. Right to Suter. What a crazy sequence of events. 3-3 in the third period. The Canucks tie it up late. Hronek hard off the boards and out. Sherwood skates onto it. It's got a man going in front of the net. Can't get it there, though. Sherwood takes a hit from Gostisbehere. Heinen puts it down to him. Yeah, Suter's second of the season. Suter's the man. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Susie's there. 2:20 left to go in the third period. Canucks just recently tied it up. Susie now on a streak up. Susie gets tripped, but the refs are not going to call that. Kotkaniemi breaks his stick, goes to the bench. Lankinen leaves it for Husey. Up to Baines. Up to Petey. Petey puts it down low to Garland. He comes with the puck. Still battling from his knees against 3 Carolina Hurricanes. Garland looks like he might have taken a stinger there. Pettersson. Oh, he loses. He ran out of space and time. Couldn't quite get it to go. Husey at the blue line tries to hold it and can't quite do it. Puck goes all the way down the ice. And that's going to be icing. That means Carolina's got a tired line out there. That means they can't change. Let's see what happened here. Pettersson. Oh, he just last second. So there's a stick lying in front of the net too. So he's got to avoid that. Pulls it out front. And the last second, Svechnikov comes back. Knocks Petey down. 122 left to go in the third. JT Miller on the faceoff. Can't quite win it. So now the Canucks hope they can keep the puck down low, but Carolina gets the puck deep in the Canucks zone and are able to get almost a full change. And it looks like they'll get their forwards off too. Canucks get the puck down low. Miller! Oh, what a save! DeBrusk gets decked. Wes McCauley's trying to put the face-off outside the blue line. Probably not, though. So Carolina pushed their own net off. And thus they are not allowed to change. It's similar to the icing rule. Yeah, so Burns just comes in, decks DeBrusk right into the net, knocks it off. And thus they won't be able to change. So the Canucks now get a similar situation where they can put a fresh line out. And Quinn Hughes is not happy about something. So you got Hughes and Hronek back out, DeBrusk, Miller, and Besser. And there's still discussion going on. There's still discussion going on. Big Mac, this is so fun right now. Looks like they added a little bit of time onto the clock. So now there's 59.5 left to go. Miller wins the faceoff back with a little help from his winger. Husey spins over to Besser. Gets blocked. DeBrusk bobbling the puck. Canucks keep it down low, though. Besser tried to get it to go down the boards. Couldn't quite get it to go. Carolina clears the puck out. They'll be able to get their change now. Ooh. Lorelei, you're absolutely right. Looks like they dug in just a bit, eh? Bluger with a sharp angle shot right through the crease, off the boards, and all the way down the ice. 8 seconds left to go. Canucks controlling their own zone. 5 seconds. Soucy rips it around the boards. Heinen chips it out to center. Whoa. What a comeback. End of regulation, kids. When we say end of regulation because it's 3-3, that means we're getting a little bit of overtime. A little 3-on-3 action. Oh, we get the point. Just like you wanted, Luke Flyswatter. We get a point. KJ, I'm sure my mom is absolutely loving this right now. She's so proud of her little boy. KJ likes that D. Yeah, and KJ saying, good D. Can't blame Petey for that one. Yeah. Svechnikov, not always known for his ability to play defense, but definitely got back and stopped Petey from scoring. Yeah, look at this. Suter had 2 good quality chances. And then this chaos. Sprong stays with the puck. Yeah. Beauty. I mean, if you're that goalie, your coach is probably not happy with you because you're doing that with a very short amount of time. Drewski's calling it. Little circus time. Little circus time. KJ's like, not your mom. Big hog hockey. The Vancouver Canucks are good. Yeah, Drewski, you're right. Great comeback point. Jake's takes, I'm happy they're going to overtime. I will not be disappointed whatever happens next. I've decided. And KJ's calling Petey for the O-time winner? Question mark. Jacob, K, crazy comeback, boys. Jacob's back in the chat. Didn't expect that. Jake's takes, this just in. For the first time in NHL history, there will be a fourth period tonight. Carolina's going with 2 defensemen right now, which is very bizarre. Yeah, Jacob, you're right. PD almost got that. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you when the puck gets dropped. They're lining up at center ice. Puck's dropped. Puck goes all the way down the ice to the Carolina goalie. Looks like the clock is broken. Okay, there it is. 4:48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41. Carolina controls. Spinning. Nate just lost the handle. Puck goes out to center. Besser going for a change. Oh, man. Oops. Oof. I mean, you hate to see it, but they did come back and get the point. Carolina takes it 4-3. See how this happens. Wow, what a bounce. Aho got a little lucky on that, eh? Yeah, it looks like the Canucks got a little confused with their defensive coverage. Hughes and Miller both on the same side of the ice, and then Carolina gets the extra point. What a chaotic game. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, the cardiac canes. Well, Calvin, you're right. At least we got the point. Hachiko's updating it. 71, 1, and 3. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay. We'll take it. We'll take the 1 point because they shouldn't have even got that. Rome is like, what in tarnation? KJ saying, shitty line change for Besser. I don't even know if that was the problem, KJ. That was just bad defensive coverage. Yeah, Hughesy and Miller ended up on the same side of the ice. B, yeah, they did put up one heck of a fight. That's good to see. Calvin saying Carolina's a really good team. Okay, so guys, like we did at the end of last game, Drewski's, just before we jump over to Mr. Dustin for our post-game coverage, Drewski's saying 50 in the chat. Give Rusky some love, likes, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you, Drewski. And as we've just started doing, we're now going to, once again, bring on the wonderful and talented Mr. Dustin Boydell. Did you change your jersey mid-game?
Nope.
No? Oh.
Nope. I've been rocking the Millionaires jersey all game.
Millionaires jersey. So how are you feeling, buddy? How are you feeling at the end of that?
Ooh, lucky. Very lucky. Lankinen. Holy moly. We owe that point to him big time. He had 5 or 6 huge saves there in the second and third period.
Yeah.
So I think we're lucky. It's hard fought to get the point back for sure. Hughes had a tough night defensively, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was good of him to get the goal with the big shot, showing off the new shot that he's been working on. But I really don't think he had the greatest night defensively, and he'd probably admit that as himself.
it's probably every member of that team has to look at their defensive game tonight, because there was a lot of flat-footedness. There was a lot of breakdowns. And I mean, even like I said at the end there, Hughes and Miller, two really guys that should be sound defensively, end up on the same side of the ice, leaving the Carolina player all alone on that side. Easy pass, and he's got a streak to the net. Aho, right? So
Yeah, exactly. And that goes along with the rest of Hughes night defensively. You know, the other, basically the other two goals, they're the second and third goal for Carolina. Hughes was kind of out of position on both of those. So I liked bumping Baines up to the Pedersen line.
Yeah.
That appeared to give that line a lot more energy for the rest of the game. It was a good move there. Petey had the game on his stick, so close, but
had to avoid that stick had been tossed aside in front of the net. So he avoids the poke check, and he finally gets to an angle where he may be able to shoot it, and then Svechnikov gets back, gives him a bump, and knocks him down, right?
Blows him up.
Yeah, blows him right up.
Blows him right up. Yeah, no, he fought. He had to fight around that loose stick there. If that loose stick isn't there, I think maybe he buries that, because he would have been able to do something a little different. But very, very happy we got a point. Yeah, I think Hughes' shot was good. Baines on the PD line. There was one more thing I was going to bring up, but it's slipping my mind right now.
So Pedersen, I want to chat a little bit about him, because something I've been talking about with Pedersen more than anything, I think, in his entire game, is the amount of times he's on his ass. Because you see it, and I get it. Like, he's trying to do fancy stuff. He's using his feet. He's got weird angles going on. But at the end of the day, like you said, he got blown up by Svechnikov, right? You have to be stronger. As somebody who played hockey growing up, what did your coaches say to you about, like, how you get stronger on your skates, so even when you don't see the hit coming, you're not getting knocked over? Like, what does he need to do?
Something I've noticed recently is he's playing really narrow on his feet. Like, he's not getting a wide stance. He looks really, really small, and so that's making him easy to knock over. He's got to get a little lower and get that center of gravity down. You know, he did bulk up the one-off season, but he hasn't really done much since to push his size. So it could be some lingering issues with the knee, but it could also be a fear of hurting the knee by holding his ground. That could be a mental thing that's holding him back, because I've had a pretty bad knee injury from hockey before, and it's a mental struggle to get back and put yourself in the situations where you had that injury happen. So that being said, he's getting paid $11.6 million. So when is the time that the coaches really get on him, and maybe he starts riding the pine a little bit, or he starts getting moved down the lineup a little bit and sees less ice time? Because I don't know what the message is that he needs to receive, but he needs to get some of the fire back that he had. And at the beginning of last year, he was throwing his weight around and really playing well physically, and it's a part of his game that's diminished. And I think a big issue now with where we see his game is at, he's struggling offensively.
Yeah.
He is still doing the things defensively that make him valuable away from the puck, and he's killing penalties. I mean, huge 5-on-3 penalty kill there from the boys. That was the other thing I was going to bring up, is about 5 or 6 missed calls by the officials late in that game. Both ways. They missed a couple calls on us against Carolina. You know, we took down Chatfield. Sherwood, I think it was, took down Chatfield there, or Baines, I think, took down Chatfield. It should have been probably a call against us, but
right. I fully thought it was a power play. Like I said, the Carolina just got another power play, and then somehow it didn't get called.
Yeah, and when we were on our power play, very easily could have been a 5-on-3 called there, and a couple other spots where Sherwood kind of got mauled, and the DeBrusque play there where it could have been interference, cross-checking, any of the above. When he got smoked into the net there, that's that you can't be letting all of that go.
Mm-hmm.
I understand not wanting to have an impact on the game, but when it's a blatant breaking of the rules, you got to call it.
Well, I mean, and
But we all know
the
Wes McCauley
JT
is
Miller, I think that might have been the most egregious one, right? Like JT Miller didn't even get to get a shot, and the guy had his sticks all the way in JT Miller's hands, hooked him right off, and I mean, it penalty shot or some kind of a penalty, it absolutely should have been called right there.
Well, and the main thing we always hear as fans is when an offensive opportunity is taken away, that's when the penalties are usually called. And so on that one, you really expect it to be called. And with the no call, of course, then the fans come out with the serenading the refs after that one. But yeah, there was a number, but we all know Wes McCauley is all about Wes McCauley. So if he can have an impact on the game, he will. So,
yeah. I just got a comment here from Toymaker, new in the chat. 4 home games, 4 times the other team dictated the game. You've got to set the tone in your own building. How do they get back to setting the tone in their own building?
They got to have a better start. And I don't know. When we talked one of the games, we talked about how they had a really good start because they started the third line and the third line scored 20 seconds into the game. I think maybe starting an energy line every time. Who cares who the top line is? If you got guys that can get your team going, throw them out there. That Bluger, Sherwood, and Heinen line has really looked great.
Yep.
Since coming together. They drive the play in the offensive zone. They're defensively responsible. Every single one of them finishes their checks. So maybe they're the line that has to just be out there every time we drop the puck.
Well, the one thing I was thinking too is with the power play, with the issues that they've been having, you're talking about starting the third line to start the game. In my head, the power play is not working. Let's look at having whoever the best line is, right? If you got your third line as the best line, if you got your fourth line as the best line, give them some power play time. Give them that candy. Let them know if they play well, they get that. And who knows, like it might end up better. A little bit more straight ahead, a little bit more on the nose, driving the net, rather than the spinoramas and the, backhand passes that we see from the top unit.
Exactly. Sometimes there might be such a thing as too much talent on a power play.
Yeah.
Too many guys trying to do too many fancy things. So, I'd love to see something like that as well. And you got to think sooner or later something has to change. It's hard as a fan when we get a power play and you're not even excited because you're more worried they're going to get scored on. Because arguably we play our worst defensive hockey when we're on a man advantage.
Yeah. Got Katie in the chat. Loving the Rusty and Dusty post-game show. Welcome, Katie. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything for us, we're going to go for a couple more minutes. So if you have anything you wanted to ask Dustin or myself, feel free to put it in the chat and get it up on the screen for you. The other thing I wanted to ask you about is, are you worried the Canucks might be riding Lankinen too much? Like at some point, I know he's been playing well, but at some point, do you think Shilov's development is going to get messed up by not getting any starts? Are you worried that they need to maybe get him into a game, or are you looking ahead to maybe one of the first back-to-backs?
I would expect to see him in a game here soon. It'll depend on how the wear for Lankinen is after this game, because this game probably was one of the harder games that Lankinen has played.
Yeah.
The shots he faced were the largest number of high quality chances I would say he's faced in a game.
Yeah.
The other games where he's faced a number of shots, a lot of them were kept to the outside. So, but that being said, you got to find your place to put Shilovs in a position to succeed, because you don't want to throw him to the wolves of like the New Jersey Devils, who are scoring at a ridiculous pace to start the season.
Yeah.
I mean, their third line is generating more offense than we are. So that's they have very potent offense, and you can't just throw them in there. So it's got to be difficult for him not getting into games after the playoffs that he had last year.
Mm-hmm.
But he also has to be realistic in the fact that a more veteran goalie is playing lights out.
Yeah.
And I think as a teammate, you have to be realistic in that. You can't expect to take the goal away from a guy who is giving you a chance to win every night. So
I think it's one of those things. It's the Demko waiting game at this point, because I think they're really just looking to have Demko come back, and then Shilovs can go back down to the AHL. Well, depending on what they do, they might even want 3 goalies if they got the cap space. But I mean, right now, if Demko comes back tomorrow, it's Demko and Lankinen as 1 and 2 in this team, and Shilovs is out to lunch.
Yeah, I mean, he almost even becomes tradable at that point. With the prospects we have in Abbotsford, in Tolopilo, Patera, you got Ty Young in Kalamazoo with the ECHL team. So we are not starving for goalies by any means right now.
No. Yeah, Toymaker is making the point. Tolopilo was out playing Shilovs before the playoffs call up. I'm more excited about Tolopilo, and you're probably right to feel that way, Toymaker.
Yeah, and Tolopilo has a very strong start to the season in Abbotsford so far. I wouldn't put too much stock into the 4-1 loss last game. Some of that was power play issues, or penalty kill issues rather.
So we got another big game coming up later this week as the Canucks are looking to host. It's the New Jersey game coming up on Wednesday. It's going to be a later game too, 7:30. Like you said, the Devils scoring in bucket loads this year. What do the Canucks need to do to start this game to be ready to go?
They have to dictate the play and drive the play. So they have to make sure they're keeping the puck in the New Jersey end, and they have to make sure they're limiting those quick breakout passes. New Jersey likes to spread the ice out and get out really quickly, and they like to score off the rush really fast. It's not a big team where they come and they set up. They come in and they strike quick, and you have to be ready. So you can't be giving up soft passes. We're going to have to clean up those outlets, the first pass out of the zone. Those weak clearing attempts, they're going to prey off of those, and they're going to strike quick and fast, and it'll be in the back of our net faster than you can even realize who turned the puck over.
Yeah. We saw a little bit of that tonight, so hopefully maybe this game as a sneak preview for New Jersey. Vancouver can take some stuff out of this and be ready a little bit more for the New Jersey Devils. The Canucks have only lost one game in regulation, right?
Exactly. I mean, we are a bit panicky because of the offensive struggles of a few players. However, we are finding ways to win, which is what you want for a championship team. You find ways to win when you're not at your best and when you don't have all your best players. So hopefully when we get someone like Joshua back, that'll be the first little boost to maybe the offense and push the offense. And then when we get Demko back, that'll just be the galvanizing moment for the team to really take off. And then, I mean, with a healthy team and Demko in net, this is a Stanley Cup caliber team. And with a Pettersson that can find the back of the net as well. Yeah. And, he's not the only one struggling. So it's league wide that some stars are struggling as well. I mean, you got Austin Matthews in Toronto. He's only got 3 goals, I think, or 7 points. So it's not like he's the only star that's struggling to find the back of the net. It's just in Vancouver, we're very passionate fans and we expect the most out of our stars. And sometimes we can be a little impatient when that happens.
Just a bit. Well, let's hope the start is better on against New Jersey coming up. Like I said, it's a later start, 7:30 start, so we'll be getting live here. Dustin, you'll be there during the first intermission for the post game show as well. And then me and Dustin, like we've talked about a little bit, we're looking at doing a little bit of more podcast style stuff. So we're getting together on Wednesday to have a chat before the game. So Dustin, any last words for the viewers before I let you go, brother?
No, I appreciate everyone hanging out in the chat, and I appreciate you having me on again, Russ. And hopefully Wednesday we can have a good, solid start, and we have much more ups to talk about, because the last couple games we've been trying to sift through a lot of downs to find the ups.
Yeah.
So
let's look for some ups.
absolutely.
Cool, brother. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by.
You as well. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Awesome. Awesome. Dustin Boydell, everyone. What a beauty. Wouldn't be able to do it without him. So, before we let you all go, quickly have a look back through chat. Lorelei saying, I agree with Shelovs, could have a beautiful career if you were given the right opportunities. Obviously, being in the playoffs was somewhat of a fairy tale, but I really like his potential. Zoe sending some Godspeed. Let the healing begin. Toymaker, loved the interview with Dustin. Glad to see. Big Mac says anyone in the community can reach out to him. Snicker Snatcher, Big Mac, Toymaker, Zoe, Rome, welcome. Jake's Takes, thanks for stopping by. Calvin, thanks for stopping by. Drewski, thanks for stopping by. Luke the Fly Swatter, thanks for stopping by. Lorelei is the one who got things going. Made everyone dig in, and that is the real reason why we got a point tonight. So props to Lorelei. Let's see who else we got here. B, well, thanks for stopping by. Gary, nice to have you. Matt, always good to see you. KJ, thanks for stopping by. Jacob, are you glad you came back? Are you glad? Thank you for coming back, seeing that comeback was good to see. Katie, thanks for stopping by. Mike Torrance, thanks for being here. Hachiko, see you at the Hughes Bowl. Yeah, 7:30 Wednesday night. The Hughes Bowl is on. Matt GG. Yeah, so everyone remember too, as we're finishing up here, should be Mr. Rev Trev going live here pretty quick. So I'm going to sign off now. Thank you everyone very much for stopping by. It was a lot of fun. Very scary for a couple minutes there, but it was good to see everyone come back. Zachary McNally, 25 Leafs. Go Vancouver. Zachary, haven't seen you. Welcome. It's good to have you. Everyone is welcome, even Leafs fans, like I said. I am Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect. We are going to be streaming and interacting and reacting during every single Canucks game. We've done every single one so far. We're making it happen. We got a beautiful community already joining us together. It's absolute wonder. Toymaker, I will be doing post-game shows every game now. Yep. But we are broadcasting during every single game. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you put the bells on. Because we'll be going live during every single Canucks game for the entire season. That is the goal. We're going to make it happen. So Toymaker, we're glad to have you. And hopefully we can see you again on Wednesday. We'll be going live at about 7:10 because it's a bit of a later start. So 7:10, the stream goes live. So thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for watching with me. Have a wonderful night. As I said, I'm Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect. I appreciate every single one of you. And remember what we talk about at the end of every single stream. Make good choices.